actually the Gospels and read only the words that Jesus Christ taught, it gives a totally separate message, different message than what is being echoed out of the churches. Totally different. And that's the one that I see, is that message. And I see a connection between Greek mythology and also the stories of Jesus Christ. Just like one of the what is it, the sayings of Antisthenes was that that everybody needs to relearn the things that they were taught, relearn the goodness, because the thing is, the things that we're taught from the beginning are nothing but evil, which is true. And the thing is, Jesus Christ, what he says is that you have to be born again, and that you have to come to him as a child. Those all reflect the same thing that Antisthenes says in his message. So, there's so many things that are there that don't reflect what Jesus says, that do not reflect what is being taught in the churches. But there are half the stuff that he does say is being taught. So you got a 50-50 type of a deal. But they don't take and use his definitions in order to read the Gospels. Because if you read his definitions, number one, he says that God is a spirit. So if God is a spirit, he's a spirit too. How do you take and make a picture? How do you see a cross? If does a spirit stay on a cross? Of course not. But then again, you take a look at a spirit, that there matches up the fact that in the second commandment of Moses, what did he say? He said, make no graven image of anything, nothing at all. Well, the thing is, obviously, you can't make a graven image of a spirit, period. The spirit operates as the wind blows this way or that way, it comes and goes. And that spirit is what God is all about. He gives them more identification to the spirit of truth. The spirit of truth is something that once you see and it embeds your being, okay, that truth will never leave you, no matter what comes in front of you. It's more powerful than anything there is in the world, because you find that you become synchronized with nature, so it can't leave you, whether you're studying, what do they call it? The Bhagavad, or if you're studying the Buddha or even Islam, no matter what religion it may be, truth is truth, period. Just like a man cannot be a woman and a woman cannot be a man. They can do all they want to try it, but it don't work. It can't happen, Maybe they can try, but they can't duplicate, what God or nature has created. It's there. So anyway, that's how I feel about the whole thing. And the more I study, if you take and study like Socrates, one thing I'm working on a little bit now, even this is good for you and in your meeting. Socrates, they have what's called the Socratic method. Do you know what the Socratic method is? The Socratic method is a system of learning. Okay. And the first thing you do is you identify a topic, you can pull in just about any topic that you like. For instance, the flat earth situation, is the earth flat or is the earth round? You have to identify a topic. And then the thing is, you have to take in, the next step you do is you identify the benefits of the belief. Okay. What benefits are there for a person believing that the earth is flat? Can you think of any benefits?
Well, it looks flat, and when you build a building, the floor has to be flat. So maybe the earth is flat, because if you build a building and put the floor like a sphere, then you might find the center to be taller than the edges.
Well, the thing is, if you're looking at everything as being a sphere in relative size, then that could be true. But the thing is, how would that benefit a person? The thing is, even if the earth is round or is on a sphere, in such a distance of a building, it would appear to be flat anyway. You wouldn't have to build exactly on, on top of a curve, because the thing is, Earth is so large that you have to go a long way in order to take and have that sphere start to represent itself. Far
Mhm.
longer than a building. So the
Mhm.
thing is, to me, that really would not represent a value to me, because to me, there's so many different things as far as the world being a sphere, because it makes a difference of day and night. When we go when we're spinning it around like it is, I mean, we go into darkness away from the sun, and then we come into light where we're facing the sun. How do you
Mhm.
explain that? How do you explain that if the earth is flat?
Mhm. Yeah, there's and how do you explain the that the sun is a circle uh and it's popping out on one side of the earth and it goes down on the other side. Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is, you can look at it and see it's a circle, just like the moon. You can take and look at it and see it's a circle.
Mm-hmm.
So why would the earth not be a circle?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the thing is, astronomers back in the time of the Greek philosophers of Socrates knew that the earth was round, not flat. The
Mm-hmm.
flatness came from once again, from the teachings through the church.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing is, to me, they made people so deaf as far as hearing and understanding reality of truth, that they could not hear what was real from what was not real.
And if it were flat, it's not flat forever. It ends up uh having an edge. And what would that edge be like? A big circle, or would it be a square?
Yeah, right.
Would it be a plate or a square? And so you would have to try to find the edge of the earth.
Well, yeah, that's true, and that's when
And,
Columbus sailed the ocean blue and discovered the Americas, and then Magellan came
mm,
and circumvented or went around the entire world and realized he didn't, but his crew did, and they discovered that the world was actually round because they could go around it. Period, in a boat, and that's when it was totally realized. In, I don't know, right around 1500s. And around the 1500s, many discoveries took place because of all these things that were discovered. And a new kind of thinking actually started. But this old thinking has still been there. It's been there for thousands of years. Then it controls people's minds. So the thing is, that's how money and wealth and the elite control people. They make them think about things that are not real. And eventually it drives the people sort of into Alzheimer's and different kinds of mental programs. Because when you
mm,
believe something that's not real, then it's real easy to be distracted from reality.
mm. And the and Columbus knew, or he must have known, that the earth was a sphere because when he sailed, he was aiming for India, and when he didn't realize that he had hit something that was there before India, they nevertheless he called the people there Indians. That it was
Right, Indians,
the
because he
wrong
thought he was
in
India.
the
Right.
wrong India.
That's how the Indians got their name, from
That
Columbus, because of India. He thought he was in India.
mm,
But the reality of it, he was not there. He'd only made it halfway, not even halfway from Spain or wherever he took off from.
mm,
So, but the only thing is, they were looking for gold and all these different things of value. And that there's become the foundation for, our capitalism,
mm,
period. Because he was even financed by, certain people that they say still have, uh, information or still have their foot in the door as far as our capitalist society is.
mm,
The thing is, after you go through the benefits on the Socratic method, okay, what you do is you look at the consequences. Well, what would be the consequences of believing that the earth is flat?
mm. Oh, so if you believe the earth is flat, then uh, you can't travel around the earth, and you would have to set up one time zone. You wouldn't have time zones. Why have time zones? Because the time zones are needed because the earth is round or spherical and it's rotating around an axis, and that produces different time zones. Well, it doesn't really produce them, but they figured out that having time zones would be convenient to slice up the earth into 24 hours. And so we're in a certain time zone. What do you think, Rami?
Uh, yeah, we live on this upload sphere, and the time zones were an invention that we came up with because we had trains and we didn't want the trains to be running into each other and having accidents and killing people needlessly. So it was a system that we developed so that everyone had essentially the same time.
Mm.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. Yeah, I mean, that's a good explanation for it, you know. But
So if the earth were flat, then there wouldn't be a need for time zones. The whole earth would have the same time. But when you travel around the earth, you find different positions of the sun. So there must be a different time, because if you decide on noon, the time noon is roughly where the sun is the highest. Then you travel eastward or westward, then you find the noon changes if you're traveling fast enough, and you notice that, wow, now the sun is over there. Why is that?
good point. Good point.
Oh,
But the thing is that there is the number three thing in the Socratic method, you know, is to discover the consequences. And then there's the number four item, okay, on the Socratic method is to look at how the consequences and the benefit actually affect the community that you're in. What impact does the benefits of believing this particular thing or not believing it have on your community?
mm.
Say when you're with a bunch of people and if they're all believing that the earth is flat, okay, what benefit is it to you of believing that the earth is flat or the earth is round?
Wow.
It benefit the whole
How could
community.
how could a flat earther function in today's society? They would have to stick together and huddle up and not believe anything. You couldn't watch the Weather Channel and believe it.
That's true. So the thing is, to me, that would be part of the problems with the community, you know, in the effect that it would have on a community, because everybody in that community would be believing the same thing. Whereas if a person were part of a community where the whole community believed that the earth was round, okay, they would just allow things to happen. You know, even in the schools and teaching aerodynamics and all these other different things that are taught about going into space and like space travel and all these other things that have been basically proven to some degree, they become very real and you can see them. But you cannot see them if you're believing that the earth is flat, because it's just becomes just like you said, because the flat earthers only see the earth being flat. And the thing is, they're limited in their thinking of what they believe. So they cannot take and use the schools. If the schools are teaching that the earth is round and you can launch some kind of a rocket ship into the sky and have it circle the earth, they cannot believe that because they believe that the earth is flat. So it would have a devastating impact upon their community as to what they believe. The type of thinking is very, very confined to the belief that the earth is flat. But the thing is, believe it's round and all these other things around you are pointing that it's round, you sort of just fall into and become a part of the nature of the fact that the earth is round. and it becomes something that's just accepted and it does not become an issue for you. But the thing is, if you're a flat earther, you have to prove to everybody that what you're believing is right. And it puts a person inside of a box with all kinds of walls that they cannot see beyond that. And when they're actually talking to somebody else that maybe somebody that believes that the earth is round, okay, they sort of have to withhold themselves. And it becomes a community of, looking at the world as filled with conspiracies, but not themselves.
They would have to convince each other, the flat earthers would have to convince each other of the soundness of their theory, and they would have to isolate themselves from the mainstream society that believes the earth is round or spherical, and has a lot of science invested in it to prove so, a lot of science and technology. So the flat earthers would become isolated. They would stay away from the society that believes that the earth is round. They couldn't function. I don't see how they survive.
Well, that's true because, the final thing on the Socratic method is the analysis of the 4 steps above. Okay. So when you look at the benefits and the consequences and how it affects the community, okay, and then you take and you analyze this and you break it all down and you see just exactly what you were saying there. As a group, okay, it becomes very visible. And with the Socratic method, you can take any topic almost and apply it in the same way and break it down. And when you have more people discussing, okay, that topic and bringing into it the benefits, the consequences, and the community, okay, the more that everyone is allowed to see, what actually exists in whatever event you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that there is the Socratic method that I've learned from Socrates and the way that it presents itself to me. And subconsciously, a lot of people may think subconsciously and use portions of the Socratic method, but usually what the part that is always left out is the discussion with others, and also pulling in the fact that what impact does that belief have that I may have on the community that I live in? Because it will make a difference. And the thing is, the community that we live in becomes political. Okay, so the thing is, the political being of the community will control the laws and the regulations of the community. But without having the exposure of all these different things in the Socratic method, the community is driven by, 1 or 2 people in their own likes or benefits and consequences as to what they live by. So just throwing that out there.
So what, in summary, is the Socratic method, and what steps does one take in order to follow it? Or what are the steps involved? What is the sequence of the Socratic method?
The sequence is very simple. The thing is, you have to identify the belief. Okay. Number 1. Number 2, you have to point out the benefits of the belief, why you believe it. Then if you're fair to yourself, you'll look to the consequences of whatever it is that you believe, period. And the thing is, this is done in a group because Socrates always was talking to people, and usually it was a one-on-one conversation. Or the thing is, he did groups too as well, and they would discuss these different things. But the thing is, you have the consequences. And then number 4 is you have how does it impact the community? Because when you get to the part of the community, everybody may have a different opinion, but the only thing is, with the different opinions that are input into the conversation, it allows everybody to take and grow and understand each other's position. So when you do an analysis and everyone does an analysis, they can see far more than someone who is just claiming the benefits of a belief. And usually that's how we live by in our world, is by we look at the benefits of what we know and then we regurgitate them into the society, okay, and trying to take and get people to can agree with us or disagree with us. But the thing is, we become sort of disciples of our own environment.
Mhm.
Does
So
it make sense? Did it make any
the
sense?
so a little bit. So you're saying that the process involves first identifying a belief or a belief system, and then looking at it and finding the benefits of having that belief.
Correct.
And what else? Is that
And the
it?
consequences, you have to look at
Oh,
not
the
only
consequences. You have to
that's
look at the consequences of the belief, and then what? Is there a way to like if the consequences are bad, then are you supposed to discard the belief and find another one, or look for another
well, you have
better
to go.
theory?
It's best to go through the whole process first. Okay, what you may think is a belief that is bad may be good. Okay, then you have to go after the consequences to the community and say, how does this impact my relationship, say, with my wife? How does this impact my relationship with my workers? How does this impact my relationship with my whole community? I mean, they all have a different understanding. And then you switch back to doing an analysis on these 4 steps above.
How does what affect my coworkers? The belief?
Yeah.
What if the coworkers don't believe that
Well, the thing
that
is, I
belief?
mean, obviously, if you're working in an environment where you're whatever you're doing, say like you're in construction and you're hanging drywall, okay? And the thing is, your belief system is doing the drywall in a certain way. Well, the thing is, you would take and discuss to your coworker the consequences of doing it another way. Thing is, for them to actually believe that, would depend upon their experience and their willingness to accept that. And then you see, the thing is, you would take and expose them to the fact that how it could make their job easier, which is the community that you're involved with, or how it's going to make their job more difficult. And then, you get to the point to where you have your own analysis. I mean, analysis is something that is going to be self-provided really by yourself. Because the thing is, when you're talking to the community, they may not agree with what you're seeing. So you cannot take and push upon the community what you believe to be right, because they still may be locked into their own benefits of the way they perceive something. You see, so
Well, for example, the belief that time exists. So that's one belief, and then the belief that time does not exist. So
Yep.
I look up the benefits of believing that time does not exist, because the belief that time exists is common. But then I will attempt to show the benefit of believing that time does not exist, and try to look at what the consequences are. So I say time does not exist. And why is that? Because there is the past and it's gone, and then there is future and it's not here yet. And so all we have is the present. But then how long does the present last? It has no time. It doesn't last any seconds. Like, is the present 5 seconds long? 3 seconds long? 1 second? A millisecond? No, it's infinitely small. Since what is something that is infinitely small, how can that exist? So it doesn't exist because it's so small that it's dimensionless. It doesn't have any amount of time that you can measure to say the present is 5 nanoseconds long. No, it's 0 seconds long. So if it has no time, then the present has no time. Therefore, all of time doesn't exist because the past is gone and the future isn't here yet, and the present is infinitely small, so it does not exist in time. Therefore, time itself does not exist. So what are the consequences of believing that? Maybe it makes you makes you focus on the present more. Or what happens when you think about the past or about the future? What is the benefit of not thinking about the past and not thinking about the future? Is it possible to live in a way that you don't think about the past and don't think about the future and you only think about the present?
No, my opinion is no. And the thing is that one of the consequences of what you're trying to say is you're trying to put yourself into some kind of a neutral state that ignores your own being of the past and where you're going into the future. The thing is, time is a measurement that's, for me, it's purely a measurement of the time that a person actually, and it's only relevant to each individual in the fact that we're here for a set period of time, period. And that time is measured by days, minutes, seconds, whatever. And it has a beginning and it has an ending. The beginning is when we're conceived in the mother's womb. The ending is when we no longer have life in our being. So time is purely a measurement from that beginning to that end. And in time, you can record the words and the beings of other beings, through the thing called history, and learn from the historical times that other people have lived and project them into the future. And that there is something that really should be done, but you hardly ever see it done at all, because people are so focused on exactly what you're trying to do, is take the moment and freeze it in time so that there's a neutrality and there's nothing there. But in our being, we end up thinking about the past, living in the past, and also projecting our present into, or actually past into the future. So when you say that, is there really a present, and measured the way that you just measured it, there really is no present. But present is a word of time that represents where we are at a very specific moment, which is between, the past and the future. And that's all it is. I agree with your analysis, but there's no way that a person can live without recognition of their past experiences or their future goals or their future anticipations based on, their past. It's just part of life, part of the being of an individual. If you can be something different than that, please let me know. I don't know, but that's my personal look at it. And the thing is, if you're just going to look at the present, and want to be around people that are just in the present, I don't know that there's any community that lives in such a pattern, because all communities have their own little beliefs within inside of their own environments. So that's a consequence. How does, let me ask you, how does that affect your belief of the present, affect the community?
How
Yes.
how would a belief that there's no past, no future, and zero present, but the present is all we have? So wouldn't that have the benefit that whatever happened in the past, we don't have to fret about, and what's going to happen in the future, we don't have to worry about. So everything we do is in the present, so we'll be happier.
Is that possible?
Let's try it. Present, present, present. I'm present. I'm present. Present. It's working. I feel happy.
Well, you can make your mind go blank, obviously. There's no doubt about that. I mean,
Because
if
if
you
I
have
think,
if you have understanding of the past, though, and you know what's going to happen when certain things happen, then why would you be worried about the future? I mean, it would just you just say, well,
because if
it's
I think
probably
about the future, then I have to think about my death. And when I think about my death, that will be the end of the present. Because when I am dead, there's no more time. Well, in my body, if one believes that the mind continues or the soul continues, then there will be a present for the soul in another life. But and so in that case, then why worry about death? Because death doesn't exist. It's just letting go of a body, and then we have to go look for another body. So there's no need to worry about death. Yes, Rami.
What if you're wrong?
What if I'm wrong? Then let's see. Uh, like as in I'm dead and I'm dead wrong, and I said, "Oh darn it, I'm dead and I won't be getting a body." Damn it.
well, I got something to say regarding that. Hiro is in the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. She talks about the 7 evils that she was freed from. And one of those evils is the anxiety of death, is what you just just explained and just talked about, is having anxiety for death, period.
Mm,
Now, if you really come to understand human being, period, you have to understand that we are born and we are going to die. There's nothing we can do about it. And to
mm,
have anxiety about it is really quite normal. But
mhm,
the thing is, when you break it down, and really think about it, if you just know you're going to die, period, then why do you have anxiety about it?
mm. That's why by thinking that there's no past, no future, then that means that there's no need to think about death because it's in the future. And so, and I'm alive now because I'm not dead. And so death doesn't exist because it's in the future. The future doesn't exist. So why worry about death? So if I'm not dead, I'm not dead. So why worry about death? So when I get to death, then I say, I'm going through the death process. My legs are getting numb. I'm lying in bed. I'm in the hospice, and people are surrounding me, and there's a priest praying over me, and things are going on, and I'm losing consciousness. It's like going to sleep. Okay, I'm just going to sleep. Okay, so I go to sleep, and then that's it. But then I wake up in the bardo, and I see things. Oh, I see Jesus. Oh, I see Buddha. Oh, I see Mohammed. No, and things like that. And oh, I see the bodhisattva this and that. And I see the light, and I go to another life. And then I have another present, another body, and so forth. Maybe I'm born again. I'm conceived.
Yeah, but why
Yeah.
take and believe in something like that when you really don't know? I mean, you're better off to be stuck in time and say, well, that when death happens, it happens, and whatever's there,
Yeah.
I'll experience it. The thing is, if
Yeah.
you your own life like that, then you're not caught up in your past and you're not caught up in the future, but react
Oh, I could
to the
I could
present.
reason. I could
Huh?
reason that time, what is time itself? It's a you could say it's a measurement of what's happening in relative to other cycles. So there's the cycle of day and night, so we can measure it, and then from there we can figure out months and years. So it's cycled. Everything is cycled. So now we have a birth and a death. That's one life, and it goes in cycles. So I can deduce or infer that if I had a birth, then before that I must have had a death, and before that another birth. Backwards time and say that I'm immortal and I've had many lives, past lives. And so I can infer that I'll have future lives. So I can do it that way. Or I could say that no, maybe this is just my life and that's it. So then why did I just billions of trillions of years of not being me, and suddenly I'm me, and then lights off, and that's it. Why did I appear suddenly and then disappear? What for? What was the purpose? So I have to think about that.
Well, I think that'd be a good conversation for next week and use the Socratic method to apply that to, why was I born? Maybe, the thing is when you start putting all these different things into it as to possible new births and all these different things, that's all projection because we really don't know. Once we're dead, we don't know what's going to be like. I mean, everybody tries to take and project that, and you want to listen to other people to make the merriest way for once you're dead, that this is going to happen or that is going to happen, but nobody really knows. So the thing is, why take and forecast a future thought about something that you really don't know anything about?
Yes, we only know the present. So
Yeah.
why worry about the past or the future? And while we're in the present, we are immortal because we're not dead.
Well, you just remember, take on Socrates. Remember, he was well known for one thing. I know that I know nothing. And the thing is, with that attitude, death is not something to be feared because you don't know anything about it, really. At least I don't.
But
maybe you do. I don't.
But you still fear it, not because you're afraid of death itself, but you're afraid of the end of life, and so you worry about, oh, will I have time to finish my project? And so you want to stay alive.
I don't look at it that way. To me, in my older age, I look at, my fear more than anything else is the pain that I feel in getting older. And what I do is I look for different ways to take and combat that pain. Because to me, the death, I don't think would be so bad because it could be instantaneous. But the thing is, going into death is the fear of the pain that you go through in order to get to the point of death. That there, to me, is something that I work on through different types of exercise. I do exercise and also am very conscious of foods I eat. But that doesn't mean I eat the right foods all the time either, because I don't. And also, but I try to supplement things and do the best I can to maintain a healthy living while I am alive, period. So I know that's not always possible, and I'm not always there because I have pains and I have problems. But I mean, that there to me is the goal, and to enjoy the life that you have while you're living, period. I mean, that's what it's all about. And you're either going to take and be caught up into different things that don't exist, or you're going to be searching out the past to understand the past that may be used in your future or the future of somebody around you that can benefit from it and move you forward through your words that you teach to them. There you
go. Vinci, what say you?
When I die, can I play Vinci with Buddha?
Oh,
if it's in your thoughts.
Well, no, but don't they have Vinci boards there?
Yes, in the Buddha universe, in the Buddhaverse, it's made out of a matrix of Vinci nodes in all directions, in the north, south, east, and west.
That would be a great game if we had
a giant
Jesus, Buddha, Mohammed, Moses have a four-way game.
No, it's all the Buddhas, all the holy beings.
Yeah.
The 10,000 holy beings are all playing each other in a huge Vinci board that goes forever in all directions. They have
no, that's unmanageable. You'd have to have a tournament.
They have infinite memory, and so they can go through calculating the best move for 10 billion nodes of a Vinci board that goes forever in all directions. But it takes only 10,000 years decide what the next move is. They get that much time.
The
Okay,
Vinci
hey,
board
I'm
only
gonna-
has 17 faces.
Hey, I'm gonna leave you guys, so have a good day. Good seeing you all. And we'll see you maybe next time.
Bye,
Thank
Okay.
David.
you for going over the Socratic method. May we use that in order to find the truth.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea because it brings in different points of discussion. Okay, we'll see you next time, maybe. Okay, bye-bye.
See ya. Have a good
Bye-bye.
week. Mhm. What think you, Masa?
What I'm
Welcome.
thinking. Hi.
Hi.
Good morning. Just I like the talks. But because of my lack of word vocabulary in English, and also due to the chatting, between kind to the bench on the something Japanese kind of lessons, I was missing some explanation. So this is the biggest regrettable things now that I missed the very philosophical kind of the discussion between Hiro you and also one of the guests who left
Oh.
now.
You are regretting that you missed something.
Yeah,
And
such
oh,
as you
don't-
are.
don't regret anything because
actually,
you have missed nothing. Because nothing is new. We are not learning anything at all. We're just entertaining each other and having
Exactly.
fellowship.
exactly just entertainment. As Benji Joel said last week, just entertainment.
Welcome, Bola. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Hi.
Yeah.
Good morning.
How's
Good.
everybody doing this morning?
We're good, Joe. How are you?
I'm doing okay. It's we got quite a storm going on around here. Got a couple things that it's been a little bit of a challenging morning in some ways, but doing well.
Good. Good.
Hey,
And
Ron.
here is Philadelphia.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. I'm always checking my memory at my age.
I'm checking it at my age, so
Oh,
I mean,
come on, you
I
got no memory lapses.
I think anybody over 25 has to check.
Yeah.
Memory? Did you say memory? That relates to time because time does not exist because there's the future. It doesn't exist. It's not here yet. The past, it's long gone. It doesn't exist. And the present, how wide is the present? How many seconds does the present last? 3 seconds? 1 second? 10 nanoseconds? No, infinite 0 seconds. So that means it doesn't exist. You can't measure the present. So we live in timelessness. And because we're alive, we are immortal because we haven't experienced death, a death that is permanent. So that means we're immortal. We've never died. And we will never die
Don't be
Or-
so cheerful, Hiro.
because, well,
You
we
still
see
look
that
really-
we see that a lot of people around us die, but I haven't died. You haven't died. So we're all immortal souls. And then,
Hi.
but what happens if we lose all our memories? What if we don't remember anything? Then who are we? What if are we like a zombie? What do we remember if we forgot everything?
You know, it's very scary to talk about these things in flippant terms because I live in a condominium with a lot of older people,
Right.
even older than me. That's almost impossible to believe, but I'm starting to see it in my neighbors more and more, and it's really you know, when I was younger and I'm going out of the parking lot and someone else is coming the other way, and you know, I'd move over to one side and they would move over to another side. And now you can see their peripheral vision isn't the same and their car is all banged up. So now I pull into the closest parking spot until they go by. Then I pull back out and carry on my way. It's a real serious problem. How do you prepare? One of my neighbors is an elderly couple, and she's having real serious memory issues, and they have no children. How do they, who looks after, like, who can help them make decisions? One of my nephews is a nurse and a caregiver, and he says that people never make their own decision to take a caregiver or get a minder, they call them in England. It's only when their children force them. 99% of the cases. And it's what happens if people don't have anyone that they've developed a relationship with or haven't made arrangements for, and they find themselves in that situation. The state takes over, and that's a pretty scary, scary thing.
Yeah, very.
Oh, so that's scarier than death.
Yeah, it could very well be.
Yeah, maybe. I guess so. Actually, I'm the person who doesn't have partner life for me. And so there actually now I don't have any problem with the memory brain issues such as dementia. But it was very horrible when I visit nursing home, just nursing home where my grandmother were cramped or a kind of the just cramped or kind of the taken care there. I do not want to kind of the nursing home to be as a bad way, but the people who stayed, who were forced or who stayed there, like the zombies, so who lost the kind of the life of who kind of the lost the eyes. How to say that's their eyes lost the vitality. I dislike it. Then actually, fortunately, my grandmothers, who were kind of accepted in the nursing home, kind of did not have any dementia until they pass away. But in the Japanese cases, where it's one of the elderly society in the developed nations, and this is very severe. And also for me, I don't have any partner. Just I'm single, alone. Then I should be kept. My status should be no difference for another 40 or 30 years. So this is very serious topic. Sorry, so just this is entertainment.
Yes, I am single. Joseph, are you single?
I am.
I'm single too. There's 3 singles. There's 2 doubles. Rummy is double. Vinci is double. Joel has a what's it called? A better half?
A domestic partner.
A domestic partner?
No, we're
Rami has a domestic partner and some kids. They can take care of him when he loses his memory.
Well,
No, they can't.
well, I will say this. You know, getting older is a very big challenge. I mean, I'm just actually texting about something about that. Yeah, no, it's something that it's scary. It's scary.
Oh,
Yeah, no, you can please.
just yeah, I've got a wife and we're celebrating 19 years together
Congratulations.
tomorrow. Thank you.
Wow.
And I'm very thankful. And we've had multiple children, but I don't know if any of them are going to want to, or if any of them even will be able to take care of either of us if either of us passes away. So it's still
Wow.
real here too.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be able to take care of family, but at the same time, it does hold up a lot of energy, take up a lot of energy.
Mm.
And you need family wealth too.
Yo, I don't have a copy in my hand, so you're not doing your job.
I'm gonna get back to baristaing.
Mm.
But none of us know what fate holds for us.
Just
So,
like we don't know who wins any particular inning of Vinci.
that's a good point. Absolutely,
It's a mirror of life.
it is.
Yeah. Yeah, but I guess, Joel, you should be the master of the bench because you introduce it.
Yes,
Then
but
should be you
but I am
are the
not.
senior.
But I am not Massa. That's why I keep trying to play it with different people. I feel some smart people will be able to show me how to win, and I don't know. It doesn't.
Mm.
I assumed that would be the case, but it isn't. The race
So,
is not always to the swift, nor the battle to the strong. But that's the way to bet.
so can you program an AI to play Vinci
I
and then
cannot.
see it, maybe an AI that can learn as it plays the best moves. It gets better and better until it's unbeatable in Vinci.
Well, I
And then
think
you
that
can
would,
use it to give you
rather
the
than
answers.
Elon Musk and what's the other guy's name that they were going to have a world wrestling
Zuckerberg.
match? Sorry?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah. So instead of having Musk and Zuckerberg bash each other in a cage, why don't we let their respective AIs see which one, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the smartest AI of all? Find out if they could win with Vinci. No blood. Who knows?
Mm.
Because if the system of the game is simple, the game should be very deep and also, how to say, difficult. I mean that we can enjoy chess or anything, card games, etc. But if the game is simple, the things that has a simple, only the simple rules makes the game very interesting for the anyone. And also the tactics that should be needed. Anyway, just I'd like to introduce the one cuisine in Japan. Very sweet. Oh, no one much here. This is Japanese cuisine, which is this is popular at the present. Just what is the Japanese cuisine? Just I hold now is posted in the chat box. Mooncake.
Oh, mooncake.
Mooncake
Mooncake.
is a Chinese bakery product eaten
really?
during mid-autumn.
Yeah, actually,
Oh,
this
so
is
everybody
mid-autumn.
is eating mooncake.
Yeah. Just a couple of days ago, when I went to the shopping mall, this mooncake was sold fair price, not so just inexpensive.
Mooncake. Delicious. So you eat it with tea. Oh,
No. Just I have been losing the opportunity to eat this cuisine.
Is it only available in certain seasons?
No. This is there are a lot of different types of shape called as a geppe. This is one of the very popular kind of shape. Then I bought. I like sweet. Anyway. So then there is actually there is a organization that can sell Chinese cuisine
juju.
in the Tokyo area. Then the geppe of cuisine sold was sold the organization where the cuisine was sold is and a little bit smaller than this shape. Yeah. That kind of.
Oh, there's different styles of mooncakes from different places.
What masa prompts you to bring up the mooncake?
Just near the shopping malls.
Oh,
Do you have any memories
Good.
with mooncake and your grandmother?
No, just my first memory. Just my first memory of the mooncake was almost when the 5 years ago, when I was in the Hong Kong kind of organization headquartered in Hong Kong, where has the Tokyo branch office. Then one board member, kind of one board member from Japanese board member gives us the very big cuisine, very big
Hey, Joe.
mooncake, which is totally
Let-
bigger, much bigger than this shape.
Joe, maybe you can get with Masa and a bakery to design a mooncake with that you two mooncakes you put together and it forms a Vinci board to play Vinci on two mooncakes.
Well, mooncakes, if I understood what I just read, has 16 pieces.
60 pieces? No.
Yeah, somewhere I read in one of those things that you posted and all they need is one more for a Vinci board.
Hmm.
All right,
This-
so who's playing Vinci this morning? Is it Masa and Joe, perhaps?
This
I don't know.
this is the first time that this Vinci board, I just got it out of the woodworking shop yesterday. This is a special design for playing Canadian Vinci.
Wow.
Very nice set.
But if the Vinci board was made out of mooncake, then the winner gets to eat the board.
Yeah.
Or you
Eat
could
the
just
board?
go to the bakery and get a
3 rounds.
cake. So we can all play Vinci at the same time. We can have a 4-way game.
True.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Will this be the
Four?
Four Orphans new
Right.
variation that you mentioned last week, Joel?
Oh, did you like that?
Is that what we're talking about doing?
Well,
I've only witnessed 2-player games, and I know that you've mentioned that 3, or was it 2 to 5 players can play?
yeah, 2 to 5 can play. And but maybe this is too small. Is this visible to everybody?
Hmm.
Or maybe this is
Yes.
better. Which is
Hmm. That looks better.
so you want to play 4 Orphans or standard straight up traditional Vinci?
You can play 2 players, 3 players, 4 players with you officiating.
Yeah, I'm happy to officiate if we have to decide on the game and the stakes. We can play
How
for the
about-
championship of Philadelphia because I think Joe would be the very first philosopher from Philadelphia to play the game.
Sounds good.
How about Joseph versus Masa versus Jairo
Well, I have
versus
a doctor's appointment soon, so
Well, at least
Joseph?
one
No,
inning.
then Masa.
It's
Masa
a way
versus
to get
Rami.
introduced. Please go teach the rules of the game for us, Joel.
Yeah,
Okay,
anyways,
so
we have a distance, so
So it's very straightforward. I hope everyone can see this the center of a
Yes.
single board. So first of all, you have to make sure there's a certain amount of understanding. So that's the center of a Vinci board. Hopefully that's unambiguous, not contentious, and everybody can see that. And the object of the game is to place your pieces in 3 primary shapes. One shape is a triangle, and it can be anywhere on the board. On either side, any particular configuration. If I've done my arithmetic right, there are 34 possible triangles.
Man, those triangles are adjacent, like they can be separate.
3 adjacent pieces. They must be adjacent.
They would, the shortest distance between them,
Is 0.
there's no holes between them.
There's no gaps, there's no holes. So that's one shape that's valid on the game.
And you get 1 point.
Correct. You got the rules down pat. So the triangle is 1 point. And a square, 4 adjacent pieces, is 2 points. Is that visible enough? Or can you put up a pin? If you pin the board, it'll be easier to see. Or if you want to spotlight it, Jairo. And the only other thing to remember is,
Let's see if I can do that.
whoops, I just dropped it on the floor. There we go. We're already getting dropsy in our old age.
You're not old, Joe.
Oh, yeah. 3 in a row. So 3 in a row is 3 points. Those are the only valid shapes. Triangle, square, and 3 in a row. And people move their pieces one at a time. So obviously your competitors can block you. And once a space is occupied, no one else can occupy it for the duration of that round. And that's the whole game. So you've learned 90%. Oh yeah, one other rule, sorry. The center space cannot be occupied unless it forms 3 in a row. So if you had this configuration on your next move, and if I had more red pieces, I could then take the centerpiece because you've got 2 and that forms a 3rd, or any other way. So the centerpiece is unique in that it has to have 3 in a row. And that's the whole game. All the rest is commentary. So the beauty of it, I think, or for me anyway, the way I see it, is that it's this simple. And yet it's so difficult to win consistently. Then you deal with timing, who goes first, who goes second, and you're off to the races.
Remind us again, which pattern gives how many points? A triangle is
A
how many number of
triangle
points?
like these, maybe I'll use different color pieces so that'll be more descriptive. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So this is a pattern of a triangle. 1 point. If I can open up this other little plastic bag here, I'll put
And-
up another color piece. Where that?
And then a line of 3 is
A
how many
line of-
points?
A line of 3 is the most valuable.
That's
that's
3
worth-
points.
3 points.
Okay.
So
And then a square is worth 2 points.
exactly.
Okay.
Those are the only 3 things that you have to keep in mind. But they change every time you, oh, I see why I can't open this up. It's got a label on it. It's got a label holding it closed.
All right, I'm game to play.
Okay.
Sure.
Now, Rami, are you playing in your capacity as the contended Florida champion? And are
No,
are
ego's
you-
not my thing, so win, lose, or draw, it's okay, it's all okay with me.
Okay, so Jairo is the most experienced player here. And there we go. All right, now I got this other bag open. All right, so there's a triangle. There's a square. Yeah, that was a good idea, Rami, to remind everybody what the respective scores are and how to and if I can get the color out, then we'll be in business.
And there are surprising rules that pop up. Okay, who else's game here? Are we, do we make it a 2, 3, or 4 player game?
I have to drop off shortly for a doctor's appointment, so
Oh, maybe there's enough time for one round or one
Maybe.
ending?
Whatever you want.
Okay.
Um,
Here we go.
no, I hope the doctor's appointment is nothing serious.
It's not, thankfully.
Good. Good. So the red is 1 point. The white is 3 points. And the green or dark is 2 points. Those respective shapes. And those are the only 3 shapes that matter. And the only other rule is that this couldn't be a 3 in a row unless, because the center point is a restricted area. It's like Area 41 in the Nevada desert. So you can't occupy the center unless it's 3 in a row. Whoever has the next move, either of these 3 players, red, green, or white, any of them can occupy the center because they each form 3 in a row. But I'm just assuming that white is the next move. Usually white plays first, like in chess. So they could take the center. There's no additional points for the center, but it's just a prime location. And then we would go in order. Red would be next. So if I were the red player, I would probably want to pick up a 3-point line there. Then the white player would have his 4th move. Now the green player, I'm doing this not necessarily in order, just for illustrative purposes. And now I think red is next.
Right.
Here, you can throw this way in. Here, Here.
And
throw this away. Oh, and my coffee's done.
Mhm.
It's amazing.
white. So everybody's got 5 on the board. There's 2 extra spaces.
I'll be-
So that would be white and green. So white would go somewhere.
Yeah.
And green would
Coke.
go
I'm
elsewhere.
sorry, Pepsi. Not Coke.
So now the board is
Ellie made a
full,
banana bread.
and we have the last phase in the game, which is called equalization. And in equalization, one of the players that has an extra piece on the board, which would be either white or green, has 1 piece removed. So we count up the board just for
Wrong way.
illustrative. Got 3 for green for the line, 2 for the square, and 1 for the triangle. 3, 2 is 5, plus 1 is 6. Red has 3, 6, 7, 8 points. 2 3 in a rows and 2 triangles. And white has 3, 6, 7, 8 points as well. But red does not get any pieces removed. And white and green must have 1 piece removed so that everybody has an equal number of playing pieces on the board. There's 5 for each player. So red gets to choose first. And red would remove 1 of either white or green's pieces, whatever he chooses or she chooses. And being a friendly sort, he would take out the very center. And that brings white's score from, what did I say it was? 8, 3, 6, 7, 8 to 0. So white is out of the game. But white still has to remove 1 of green's pieces because green still has 6. But in this particular game, it doesn't matter, this instantiation, because red has more points even without removing any of green's pieces. Red has 3, 6, 7, 8, and green, even without removing a piece, only has 7. So red wins this round.
Oh.
And apparently there are a huge number of mathematical possibilities of how these shapes would work.
Wait, can you count how many points green got again?
Yeah, green has 3 for the 3 in a row here,
Right.
2 for the square there. So that's 3 and 2 is 5, plus 1 more for the triangle here.
I see.
Six,
Not 7. Not 8.
3, a total of 6.
Yep, green has 6 and red has 8. Just by the different shapes. This is a game that, you know, when I die, I hope to play it with Buckminster Fuller. I would call it Bucky if I wouldn't be violating anybody's patents or copyrights or trademarks.
Oh. He would get bored. He would want to play a 3-dimensional version.
That's a good point.
He might, but it's interesting how such a simple thing turns into so many permutations.
Right.
And then when you have 4 people, it gets even more interesting because you have a different group dynamic. At the end of the play, one player has 5 pieces and the others only have 4. So they have to decide as a group which piece to remove, if it matters. Sometimes it doesn't matter. You can see right away that the layout of the board is such that you can tell who's going to win no matter what. But sometimes it's very close. You know, 1 point separates.
Oh. Have
So
we
philosophers
played
tic-tac-toe.
have we played 3 players before?
I don't remember.
Maybe once.
Maybe once, yeah.
Maybe we could play Rami versus Masa versus Hyro.
Yeah. If you
Uh,
want.
Uh, as many rounds as we can, or up to 3 rounds.
Well,
rounds
When?
or innings.
this is what this board is designed for. It's for 3 rounds. I don't know if this appears backwards to you or straight forward. So we talked about time earlier, and this is a separate board, which is the first inning. And this is the second inning beside it. And the rules of scoring are that if the same player wins the first 2 innings consecutively, they get an extra point. So normally it'd be 1 game point for 1 inning, 2 game points for the second inning. But if the same player wins the first 2, they get an extra game point. So they have 3.
Wow.
So that's a little wrinkle which keeps the short games working better. But then the third inning, the final inning, is worth triple points.
Ooh.
So even if you win both innings consecutively, you're still not guaranteed to win the game because another player can win the third inning.
Mm.
You know, small numbers, simple concepts, but hard to figure out how to actually play it the best.
Okay, Joel.
Yep.
Just slightly, I understand it. But unfortunately, whenever I googled, checked the bench, there is totally different game.
Yeah.
Kind of the introduced by Google. So just this is kidding, almost half kidding, or 90%, 99% kidding. to you. Could you import? Could you export to Japan?
Well, the game has been played in Japan already.
Really?
Hiroshi
Oh.
Satao, who's a philosopher in Japan, and I played it in person in the lobby of the Ueno Hotel.
Then hotel. Oh.
So, yeah,
Okay. This game is already introduced in Japan. I understand.
I didn't catch that, Mass. I'm sorry.
Okay, I understand. This game has already been introduced in Japan.
Yes,
Okay. Then
but
I try to I try to make a inquiry on this game by Google's more out of time. So thank you for just other entertainment on this week. Thank you.
pleasure.
Have a good day. I may be jealous. We may be kind of meeting at another meetup sessions, maybe. But have a good day.
Have a
Okay.
good day.
Take care, Masa.
Oh,
Oh, you looked up Hiroshi.
I remember him from the times that he's visited.
Larry.
Yeah.
you found his.
He's someone who would have loved to have lived. He stated to us during the time of the ancient Greeks.
Oh,
Well,
good.
what? Huh? Medium.com.
What's medium.com? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
You have to
It's
sign
a
up.
place. Yeah, it's a basically an online blog. I think it's perhaps monetizable, sort of the Substack before Substack. It's been around at least since the 2000s. I'll get you the Wikipedia page on the site.
That's where Hiroshi has his articles. Oh yeah. I'm going to follow Hiroshi Satao. He's got 16 followers already.
Is that on YouTube or on Meetup? Where you guys?
On meetup.com. I joined by just saying I'm going to follow it as my email address, Gmail address, and it automatically joined me. And then I follow Hiroshi, and he's got articles on things like what is it? From fragmentary comments on Spinoza's philosophy.
That's some of his lighter stuff.
Oh,
I'm just teasing.
Yes, he wrote something in 2020. Knowledge is power. How about power without knowledge? That's it. Yeah, he's got like about 15 articles, looks like.
I approached what's his name? Who's the guy? Stoic Dan?
Yeah.
I asked him if he wanted to play philosophers tic-tac-toe among the Stoics, find out who's the stoicest of us all. And he was going to take it under advisement. I think that was a polite way of saying no. But he did it very gracefully. I really love to see if somebody can identify a strategy that will consistently win. I've been doing this for a long time. I can't see it. And I don't know what the underlying geometry and mathematics are. I don't know enough about geometry or mathematics. And a couple of people have told me there is none. One guy from Texas in particular seemed to be very knowledgeable. And computer science guy. He said it's similar to artificial intelligence because the environment is changing at each move. It's never a repeated pattern. It's similar to driving a car, which wouldn't have occurred to me intuitively, and I don't even know if it's correct, but he didn't seem to have anything invested in misleading us, so. So if we could get Elon Musk to
Hey,
play
Megan, take
Mark
a photo every 2
Zuckerberg,
seconds for the next 5 minutes.
then maybe we could find out without bashing each other's heads in
Right.
who has the best AI of them all. My money is on Hyro's mother.
Hey, Megan, take a picture
It-
for
it
every 5
tends to be
seconds for the
based
next 2 minutes.
Around the context, we don't necessarily have artificial general intelligence, but we do have domain-specific artificial intelligences that can.
It's not
Yeah.
working.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm game for if anyone who's welcome to. By the way, I'm thinking Stoic Dan, who's also a movie fan.
It's working. Good morning.
Sorry, my wife is working. I have to go into another room and shut the door. She's currently training Meta AI to understand voices.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yep. That's like revenue stream number 9 for her.
Wow. I have no revenue stream.
None?
I have mm, debt streams. So let the games begin.
Yes,
Who
let's
are-
play.
Who are playing? Rami
Oh.
versus Gyrus?
If you like,
Rami with Pyro. Okay.
all
We
right.
played. He and I have played before, I think.
Yeah, but you guys never finished the game.
I know.
Oh, this will be the tiebreaker.
We have to start again.
You were afraid to actually vanquish each other. You were
That's all
worried
right.
that it would
Very
affect your
fun.
friendship.
Right.
Hmm. Wow.
Maybe Joe will pop in here just to.
It was very sensitive of you, but okay, so do you want to finish your last game or start afresh?
Start
Great question.
afresh.
Start afresh. Okay. So in order to start, we have to deal with the non-existent concept of time.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh,
That's right. Because obviously there is time because there's change. Change is the indicator of the existence of time.
Okay, so in order
really?
to determine time, if there's only 2 players, because Joe's never played before, so you'd have to handicap him, even though he's a fast learner. I don't think much of this game has escaped him. He may not be familiar with some of the little subtleties. So normally you would offer a handicap to a new player just for the first game or 2. But let's just do it this way. I'm going to roll 6 dice. And I'll say that's, oh, I forgot to say who I was rolling for. Let me try again. Will I roll for you first, Hyro?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Let's flip a coin. See who gets to roll first.
Okay. So Hyro's got 6, 18,
Wow, look at him.
24,
That's a huge
33.
number.
Wow, that's going to be hard to beat. And Rummy, I'll roll for you.
I think this
Well,
this
that's definitely
roll-
less than 33. So we don't even have to count it.
well,
So
wait a
Hyro,
minute. Can't Rami appeal and
No,
say
no.
that the
there's
roll
no
was rigged?
appeal from the fates. Once the fates determine the the outcome, you're done. So Hyro, you get to choose the order of play. Do you want to play first or second?
First, because
First, again.
I'm always first. I'm the greatest.
Okay, so strategically, as far as is known, first is a disadvantage, but Hyro has twice now taken that willingly on his shoulders, like Prometheus tearing at his liver. Anyway, that's a whole other story.
I'm going to overcome my odds.
Okay, so now the question is, which color die do you want to use to keep your score?
White, because I'm pure.
Okay. And Rummy, which color die will you use?
I'll take the reddish one today.
Red. Okay, white and red. And these three, since we don't have three other players, we can set them aside for the duration of the game. Take these off the board. And we put the little die in the middle with the number 1 facing up. And let the games begin.
You want to
What
explain
the-
why you put the little die in the middle with the?
Oh, yeah,
facing?
we use this to represent an inning counter. Because sometimes when you have 4 or 5 people playing, people lose track, or if you're playing with older people like me, they lose track of everything. So this way you've got a physical, and also if you're playing with little kids, it's a way to rehearse them with numbers. People like, some of the educators that have played it said people like to have things that they can use their hands with. So it just gives you another, another interaction among the players.
Thank you.
That
Okay,
represents, that one represents the first inning.
correct. And it's
Uh-huh.
also covering the center space because no one's in a position to occupy that. So eventually we'll move that away. So your first, Hyro, you go wherever you want, either side of the board, anywhere but not the center.
Oh. And I use white pieces, white
And
marble.
You do use the white pieces. It's like chess in that respect. White goes first.
Oh. Okay. I will place a white piece on position number 1, the side that faces the yellow. What is that?
The side
Which
that
way? Which way is east and west? Which way is north and south? Which way is left and right?
you use right and left, and I'll adjust for it, or you can say the side
On
with the red marbles.
The side facing the red marbles in position number 1.
Okay, just that's something else I didn't explain before because you guys have played, but for purposes of playing online, we map out the board, and so that we're not hunting around. Did you mean this one? Did you mean this one? So the center is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Center. Counterclockwise motion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on the other side. Okay, Rami, you're the green. It's your move.
One opposite end.
Oh, didn't he want red?
I don't have enough red pieces. Red is only for 3 players.
That's fine.
Oh.
I'm okay with the color.
Okay, white now. Pyro.
I'm going to place a white on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Position 5 on the right side, the opposite side.
Rami.
Position
No, the
2,
opposite.
same side.
No, wait.
Wait.
Wait. I don't want that position. I want the other side.
Too late. My fingers are off the piece.
We're not. Are we going to do chess rule or not?
Well, it's up to you. You're the
I
only
will
one
allow
that's
it.
affected.
It's okay. It's all right. He can do the opposite side.
Okay,
Because
so
that's what I meant.
Very good.
okay, on consent, Rami has allowed Hyro to remove his piece and change it. Normally, under the international rules of Vinci competition, that wouldn't be allowed, but since
No,
Hyro
it's
is so
because
gracious as to go first,
the,
Rami is being equally gracious.
the facilitator placed it where I didn't want it. I wanted it there.
Well, that's what you said. Anyway, Rummy, you want number?
2, same side that I've been playing.
Hyro.
And now I will make the devastating move of position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the right side, not the side opposite of the red marbles.
Uh,
1, 2,
Position
3.
number
He's
6.
blocking my
3 in a
straight and
row,
row.
yeah.
And I'll take number 3, same side that I've been playing.
Okay, Rummy. Hyro.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the right side to make a 3. I win 3 points. I'm
Very nice,
crushing it.
Hyro.
There's a very important rule here, Hyro. Remember, you still have equalization. And as the great philosopher Heraclitus said, don't count your chickens before they're hatched. But he said it differently, that you never step in the same river twice.
Oh,
Or once.
Okay.
I would like to occupy the center.
ah!
Thank you.
Hyro, it's your move.
I didn't see that coming.
There you
I've been
go.
devastated.
There you go. You're not the most stoic of them all.
Yeah, you've been cut off.
Now I have to rearrange my strategy.
Yes, you have to call Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg and find out what their AI tells
I
them.
will place my next marble on, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Position 4 on the right side to block Rami from obtaining a square.
And
Okay.
I'll be in position 8, same side I've been playing.
8. Ah! He got a square anyway.
Hyro,
I've been devastated. Okay. I will. Wow, that side is all full. I will place a white marble on, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. To block him from obtaining a 3 in a row. Isn't that brilliant?
very, very rummy.
Oh, but he's going to
4,
get
please.
another one.
Number
Thank you.
4,
Yes,
no.
that's right. Thank you.
rummy. Hyro,
Oh, he missed an opportunity. Oh, no. Oh, he's blocking, but he missed getting 3 in a row. So I will block it with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait a minute. Oh, 2. 2. Yes, 2.
Thank you.
And I obtain.
I'll take the opposite.
the opposite.
6, that's correct. Yes.
Oh, he blocked me. I'm devastated.
No crying.
Hey, you got stuff to
Got to
do.
be a big man.
And,
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. There's only 3 left.
That's it.
And
And you get
Oh.
2 of them.
I guess I'll place it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll put it on 7. Oh.
Rummy, you've got one of 2 choices.
5.
moron.
And Hyro, you have no choice. So that's
Yay,
it.
I got 3 in a row.
So let's just see where we end up here.
I'm
Rummy,
winning. I'm winning. I'm winning.
but you
I'm the
get,
greatest.
You get to lose 1 now. So Hyro, Rummy has 3 plus 2 is 5, plus a triangle is 6, plus another triangle on the other side is 7. And Hyro has 3, 4, 5, 6 on this side and 4 on this side, but he loses 1.
The one
So
is the one.
Wait,
which one?
wait, can you count Rami's again?
Rami's got 3 in a row here. A square here is 5, 3 and 2, and a triangle is 6, and another triangle here is 7.
Hmm.
And
And
I
the one
got
that I'm removing is the one
3,
from the opposite side that I was.
4, 5,
Eh,
6.
Sorry,
I got
I didn't
7.
hear that, Rami. The one you're removing is the one.
Run, run.
That's
7,
right.
9.
Which
Boy,
one?
I got.
Number
The
1?
number 1. That's correct.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. How many do I have before you take it off?
You've got 5 and 4 is 9, and Rami only has 8.
No, I've got 10. I've got 10. Look. Ah.
So
I got.
the
well,
first
can you-
inning, the
wait a minute.
first inning.
Wait a minute. Can you put the one that you took off back
This is awesome.
Why?
to count how many I got? I got 3 in a row.
Yep. And you've got 3 triangles.
That's 6. And then
Yeah.
another 3 in a row. That's 9. And another triangle, 10.
Correct.
I won. Yay.
No, but you haven't finished the game. You haven't equalized the playing pieces. You forgot
not fair.
about that. And Rami has that option. Whoa, wow, I'm losing all the marbles.
Oh, I win by default. Because the game was rigged and I unrigged it.
So
By
the first
you-
inning, the first inning goes to Rami.
Wait a minute.
Red,
Put it back.
red
Wait a
is
minute. The game has been rigged. Yeah, put it back the way it was.
no way, Hyro. You lost.
Oh,
fair
I'm
and
going to
square.
appeal. I'm going to appeal. I'm going to take it to the Supreme Court.
We have a second. Inning.
Okay, so the first inning goes to Rami. And this
This-
time,
This
Rami
game has been stolen. It's been stolen.
and Rami goes first. So Rami changes color now in accordance with Heraclides' principle. The second inning.
I will.
Okay, I think I
I will
lost
take-
one of the
I will
marbles.
I will take revenge on my opponents. I will put
Okay,
them in jail.
you can try, but first you gotta play. So
Uh,
where's your first move, Hyro? Less
But I
yakking
went-
and more playing.
But I went first last time.
That's right. Now Rummy goes first. Everything changes.
Because of
How
time.
about 5?
Okay, nice to see you, Joe.
All right.
So the championship for Philadelphia is still up for grabs.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
You have my contact info.
yeah. Will do.
Please do.
Okay. So Rummy,
Have a good week.
Pyro, this is it. Are we gonna finish a game or are we gonna keep yakking?
Let's finish the game.
Okay,
Rami's first.
Yes, and I choose spot 5. It doesn't matter which side you start me at.
okay, Hyro.
Oh. I choose spot 1 on the left side. No, the other left side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Pyro, Rummy.
I'll take 1 on the opposite end.
Oh, he blocked me. I'll take. I'll take. I'll take. I'll take number 2 on the left side.
Number 2 on the left side.
Oh,
Rami,
I'll take 5 on the opposite end.
I'll take the way between me and my wife.
I'm cleaning, darling.
oh no. Hmm. He's gonna take the centerpiece. I've been devastated.
Oh, someone needs outside.
No, he just needs pets. Go back and pet him.
No, him.
No, he does that to get me to, in the hope that I'll feed him a treat, coax him in with a
Let's
treat. And I'm
see.
busy cleaning right now.
Come here, you. Hey,
Oh. I'll
Go
take.
pet Yojiro. He's eager for pets. Give Yojiro your attention, please.
okay, Hyro,
I'll
it's taking too long.
I'll put a a 3 on the left side.
one nickel petting battery.
And I'll
Rami.
take the center. Center, please.
Oh, I've been devastated. And
Hyro,
now I'll take a a 7 on the left side. Hmm.
There you go, Hyro. All right, and I will take the same side as the red marbles. Space 4, please. No. Other side, the left side is what Hyro's been calling the left side. Yes. No. I'm sorry, I got that wrong because I started in the wrong spot. Number 8 is what I'm looking for. Thank you very much. I apologize. That was my error.
Hyro,
Hmm. Number 8. Hmm.
Rami,
Nice move, Hyro. I will take number 2.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hyro,
Hmm. Hmm. 6
on which
on
side?
the right side. Hmm.
Rami,
And I will take number 3.
Hyro,
Ah! Hmm. Hmm. I'll take number 1, 2, 3, 4. On the other side. Oh
which
no,
side
wait.
is the other side? Right or left?
That's a good place. On the right side. That is a good place.
In relation to the red marbles? Okay. Let's see. I will have to take on the side closest to the bundle of red marbles, space 4. Yes.
Hmm. I'll take to make a 3 in a row on the left side. Let's see. That's be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yay.
No choice for you, Rami. You got the last marble left and you're in position. Okay, so Hyro, you have 8 pieces on the board. Rami has 9. You get to remove one of Rami's pieces. Which will it be?
And number 3 on the right side.
Number 3 on the right side. Okay, so now we can count the board. Rami has 3 in a row here.
Ah,
The triangle here is 4. Triangle here is 5. Rami has 5 points. Jairo, you have 3 in a row here. 3 in a row here is 6. So it's more than 5. So this inning goes to Jairo, and we're tied
Yay!
going into the third and final inning.
I barely won.
Okay, now are we gonna actually play this to resolution, or are you guys gonna cack out? Because you don't want to hurt each other's feelings.
No, I want to get my feelings hurt.
So do I play the part of Rusticus in the story of
Okay, so
Justin Martyr?
okay, now this time the advantage is to Rami. He goes second. Jairo goes first. Triple points. This is the winner of the game. Triple points for the third inning. It's a full Canadian game.
This is the third and final inning. This is the
This
best.
is the ultimate
You-
short
Oh.
game
This is the
under
best
Canadian rules for today.
This is the best 2 out of 3.
No, it's the highest
The-
score. You each have 1 point. Whoever wins this game will get 3 additional points. If you win this game, you'll have 4 points. And the final score will be 4-1 for you, Jairo.
But
If
how many
Robbie wins-
points? How many points does the player win this inning?
3 points.
Wow. That means if Rami had won the previous inning, he would have had 2 points.
Plus, he would have had 1 bonus. He would have had 3 points because he
Ah.
won two innings consecutively.
But
I
then
have oh
But then, so he would have had 3 points, and then we would have played, and if I win this one, if I were to win this one with him having 3 points, then we would have been tied.
Exactly so. Then we would have been forced to 1 more inning to determine the outcome, which is an American game anyway.
Wow. But we're split, so it's 1-1, and this was worth 3 points, and this could win it all. And what have we for the winner? What is the prize?
We have full bragging rights for the September 23rd series, the Florida State
Oh.
Championship.
Oh, bragging rights. I get to brag on Facebook and Twitter
Anywhere
and on Wake Up and Think Clearly, and it'll be recorded for all time until they shut down my YouTube channel or whatever.
violating community standards, which is
So let's see who goes first.
you do. You do. You're vulnerable.
Oh, that's not fair.
Yeah, well, you
That's not
chose it.
fair.
Your
accept
decision
it.
in the beginning. You decided you won
Maybe
the
we
roll of the dice.
Maybe we should flip a coin to see who goes first.
No,
No,
way. It's
no.
all
Let's see.
decided.
yeah.
It's predetermined in the rules now. Are you going to play or
All
not?
right.
Or are you going to
Nah,
ban?
I'm going to change the rules of the U.S. Constitution so that it favors me. Because right now it's unfavorable. It's been rigged.
Stop
This election
yammering
has
and give me
been
your
stolen
move.
yet again.
If you don't stop yammering, we'll never finish the game. Maybe that's your goal.
Okay.
A
Here,
strategy.
delay.
The Yammer
Okay, I will move first. I will place it right there in the center on the left side.
Okay, Rami.
I'll start back at the center of, yep.
Oh, brilliant.
Hyro, wake up, Hyro. Wake up and think clearly and make your move.
I'll take number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the left side. Yes.
And
Rami,
I'll go with 2 on the same side I'm playing.
Ooh. Then
Hyro,
I'll take the middle piece.
you mean the very center?
Yes,
What are you talking about? Okay.
that one. Mm.
Rami,
I'll take 6, same side I'm playing.
Hyro,
Mm. Then I will take mm, number uh mm, mm, numbers number what, let's see, 6, 7, 8, no, 7 on the left side. Wow,
Rami.
look at that.
I'll take 4 on the side I've been playing.
Whoop. Hold on. I knocked a piece off the board. Where did it go? There it is.
Mm. Three. I'll take 3. How many 3s in a row do I have? 1, 2?
That's 10 points as it sits now. That's, as far as I know, this is the most powerful shape on the board. It's called a Nihonbashi.
1.
You have to
The
ask
name of-
Masa what that is.
Okay. So
What?
I am going to take
It's 10 points? Oh, it's gonna be
8 on the board on the side I've been playing.
Okay, so he's also
Wait.
got the most powerful shape. Hyro,
wait. How come my shape has 10 points?
because you've got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
What?
There's
Are
4
those-
triangles.
Wait a minute. Those triangles aren't adjacent.
Yes, they are. There's only one empty space in each of them.
But that's a different kind of triangle.
No, it's the same.
So are they
No,
both
they-
termed Nihonbachis?
Nihonbashi.
Nihonbashi?
But
And
there's a space between the triangles.
Oh, yeah, you're right, Hyro. I may have made a mistake in the rules.
Oh, the game has been rigged.
Anyway, that's the way we count it. There are 3 adjacent pieces.
so
It's
Hyro
just
has
the way the
6.
board's drilled.
Let's keep going. Whose turn
Okay,
is it now?
Hyro. Hyro, your move.
Well, I'll put a 3. Let's see, what? 1, 2. Oh, we can't. Oh, wait a minute. Is that possible? Is it? I'll put 8 on my side, on the left side.
8 on the left side. Okay,
What?
3,
Rami,
3.
Hyro,
Hmm. Hmm. 2.
on which side? Your side.
The left side, yes.
Rami,
5. 5.
whoop. Hyro,
What? Hmm. Hmm. Oh. Ah. Well, wow. Look at that. Hmm. I'll put a a uh a one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Seven on the right side.
And Rummy,
I'll take 4.
and Hiro, you have no choice. Okay,
Wow.
so this is the third and final inning. Just count up the points before we remove anything. So this is a very high scoring inning. You guys are getting the hang of the game now. So Rummy has 3, and 3 is 6,
What do you want for dinner tonight?
and another 3 is 9. 2, 4 is 13,
Okay,
and 2 triangles
okay,
is
what do you want
15.
for dinner?
And Hiro has 3, 6, 9, 12,
What do we want for dinner?
14,
Alright,
15, 16.
what do you want for dinner?
But Rummy has
I
one
know
piece
you're an
to remove.
oxygen scale of nothingness, but what do you want for dinner?
We'll remove number 1 from.
Hi, dinner.
Is that 1?
No, I can't reach it without knocking.
Okay,
it
I
out.
see.
Dinner.
Uh.
What do you want for dinner?
I would like.
There you go. So we have Hiro has 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, and Rummy has 3, 6, 9, 11, 13, 14, 15.
Ah.
And Rummy has
Devastated.
won with a score of 4-1, the Canadian game. Well
Ah.
done. And you guys have actually finished a game. I never thought it would happen.
The game has been rigged. I'm gonna take it to the Supreme Court.
You're
Appeal
you're
it.
s- you're speaking to the creator of the game here.
It's beyond the
Oh.
Supreme Court.
I'm speaking to my base.
Well, it was a good game, guys. I think
going.
you've got it all now. And it looks like Joe is interested in playing, so then we can have a 3-way game. Because a 3-way game is actually the best. It's the least predictable
Mm.
because
Yeah,
you've
this one
got
seems to be
different
rigged.
motives and different strategies involved at every level. And I find it interesting.
Mm. Wow. With 3, there's 3 minds.
Yeah,
With 3,
3
there's
ontologies,
3
beings.
and with 3, you have to count 3 different scores.
Correct. Although sometimes one person falls so far behind that it doesn't matter. You
Opposites are
can-
fine.
Well, Redskins,
No, whatever's the most economic.
Good game, guys. Didn't get a chance to use the new board that I just drilled out yesterday, but
That is a beautiful set that you've got. Not just the board, but it holds all the pieces and it's got a sprays on it. And I love the layout.
well, I
Mm.
thought the layout was the 2 small ones. If you win both of them, it's sort of a visual representation that you
Yeah.
get an extra point. And this one is the triple points, so it's a little bit larger pieces. I don't know, I just, the urge struck me and I was right there by the drill press, so I thought,
Like it.
let me see. I was actually gonna try and put five games so we could play a Mexican game, but
Ooh.
uh
Is that because people have more time in Mexico? But
no, I
as
just
for the northern latitudes, you got to get ready for the winter.
maybe I never thought of it in that way, but no, it was just that Mexico is Cinco de Mayo. So they have to have five
Cinco de mayonnaise.
Cinco
That's
de
right.
Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Yes, thank you.
Actually, one of my relatives is having their granddaughter come to Canada from 416-661. Hold on. Hello. I'm good, Diego. How are you?
Wow, he's got an old-fashioned phone.
It's probably closer to one of the last of the line handsets. Old-fashioned being relative. You go back to the 19th century models, or those flashy modern 1920s candlestick models, or 19 teens, 20s, or the 30s, or the 50s, or the 60s, or the 70s. I think through the 60s up until about 91, or maybe 88, 89, they have the same.
Or it could be, or it could be one of those phones that is networked.
Right, it could be a VoIP phone. So the insides can change and the outsides can change. The outsides can stay mostly the same, with the insides increasing. Right? Did I ever tell you my grandmother was a telephone operator in her teenage years, 1940s? She had 0.08 seconds to take the call and route it on her switchboard with plugs. And while she was there, they decreased the amount of time, I guess, because they had already figured out how to, or they were figuring out how to automate it. And it got to the point where humans would not have been able, or most humans would not have been able to come up to speed. So of course that became automated, and that kind of work went away.
Wow. Oh,
That's my neighbor who just invited us for dinner tonight.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah, it's very nice, but you know, they're an older couple.
Mhm.
And she has, I don't know, some kind of health issues I don't understand completely, and I don't like to pry. And they frequently make these arrangements and then have to cancel them because somebody's not feeling well. So I was just suggesting to him that it really doesn't make sense to do this. We're far better off just to, you know, all go somewhere and then people can order what they want. If they have food
Right.
allergies or things like that, you can just order whatever you need. But
Oh, I would
eh,
love if I could live in a building where there's staff
yeah,
who just make the food. Or maybe some people would trade off and have their night, and then there would also be scheduled alternatives, you know,
Yeah.
where they don't make plans in case they're unable to, in case the first or second group or set or person who was going to make the food, there's still backups scheduled, so they know, the backups know not to leave the building.
yeah. Well,
But
that's
anyway.
kind of a co-op idea, which
Yeah.
sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. Then it works for a time and then it stops working. It's
You've named the permutations. Yes, it depends upon the people.
yeah,
Probably their feelings.
everything depends on the people. Now, I must remember to send Joe Bullock an email And before I forget, J.R. Bullock 01.
Do you know that you can save these chats as well?
Yeah, but then I've got another piece of data to hunt around.
That's
And then-
right.
The only reason I'm saving it is to send him an email. And this way I'm saving it in 2 places instead of 1. So
I
here,
understand.
if I just send him an email, then I've got his email and it's done.
Where you and I are both operating off of the Apple Macintosh Mac operating system, Mac OS or OS X. If you've got a much older version, I don't know if you're still operating on your same old desktop that you've been using for a decade or
No,
however
no,
long.
it's died. I bought a laptop.
Well, what I found is that file management using Finder is not easy to find files with. So I found a third-party file manager called Commander One, which you can find in the App Store.
How we doing on?
And it's based off of the old 1980s on the PC Norton Commander.
How we doing on Bill?
So maybe you want to check it out if you have hard time finding things that you've tucked away onto your computer.
How we doing on Bill?
I don't tuck away all that much, but I don't have as much of an understanding of these things as you do.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
It's been
use
my
them.
field, and I go back to the early 80s with these things, so I understand. I can send you a link, though, if you want to check it out.
Well, I probably wouldn't. It's enough for me if I can just, oh, look at this.
Hi.
There's
Stopper here. How we doing on butter and heavy whipping cream? And the cashew milk.
We have 3 1/2 sticks of butter and about 5/8 of a
So how many days?
container of heavy whipping cream.
How many days?
I would say this is 6 to 8 days.
Okay, and what about the cashew milk?
Cashew milk, we have I'd say that's about 3 or 4 days worth of cashew milk, but we don't have room in the fridge for any more.
Okay, but you can't use it for your cereal and be like,
Well, just have some cashew milk by Monday or Tuesday, and we can always use it with cereal. It's healthier for
Perfect.
us.
go ice that and put the rest in there.
Ice your hot coffee?
Yes,
Okay.
well, it's not hot anymore.
All right.
And then put the rest from the pot in there and add some creamer and some cinnamon.
As you wish.
I'm shopping, dear. I have to get stuff ordered.
Well, you can get all the vegetables you want now because both bins are clean.
I didn't go to the free.
As you wish.
Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna head out and
Thank
I
you for
enjoyed-
hosting us.
I enjoyed watching you play. Hyro, you're a good sport, but you take too long to play. Hurry up.
The more the better. The more you play, the more iterative, the quicker you'll develop your skills.
Delay.
You're acting like a Fabian.
What? A Fabian?
Fabian. Fabius was a Roman general, and his primary strategy was to essentially frustrate the other side and also to play the very long game. And there are basically two sets of people. They're the when it comes to socialists stroke communists, there were two primary dominant parties: the Leninists, Marxists, and then the Fabians. And the Leninist Marxists, they formed the Soviet Union, and they did it via violence and revolution. And the Fabian Society were a group that came out back into the 19th century in England, and they said, no, you can achieve all the same ends without doing this bloody revolution thing. You just play the long game, and you work your way into the the seats of government, and then you can get everything that you want and have your form of socialism, which is what they have there in the UK. Fabian.
Interesting.
Yeah,
And I
no,
thought he was a rock singer in the 60s.
right, that too. The Fabian Society founded both the London School of Economics and the Economist
Hi.
magazine.
Wife again. What time we leaving for Publix?
I don't know. We'll figure it out later. I didn't
Yeah.
know that we were leaving for Publix till you mentioned it just now.
Yeah, you said we were going out to get steaks.
Yeah, tonight in the evening time, right before we eat them.
Okay, remind me to get granola too, because they're probably gonna get one free there.
All right, sounds good to me.
Because I want it with yogurt.
Sounds delicious.
And I saw them buy one get one free. I just didn't get them yet.
All right,
Yesterday.
okay,
I was tired.
all right. Oh, we got plenty of yogurt. We bought the whole milk
I
of it.
said I want to get the granola to go with the yogurt.
To go with the yogurt. Okay. Well, thank
So
you very
what-
much, Joel. Mhm.
What did we learn today?
You didn't pick my
We
coffee.
learned today that Joe Bullock wants to play Vinci.
And we learned
The
that
rest of the pot before
Hiroshi
it
is on medium.com.
Don't forget the rest of the pot.
So we will go read his articles and become
We're gonna burn
enlightened.
too much more.
And we
Okay.
also learned that our friend David Norton has a way of looking at the Socratic method that takes into account other people's points of view.
Hi.
E-
Rest of
Examine, thoroughly examine the benefits and the consequences of a belief
Put the
system,
rest of that in there.
and that time does not exist, and yet it does.
Does,
It just-
yes.
Takes a lot of
Balance
time.
Sentiment.
Time is an invention to keep
People on
everything
track.
from happening at once.
Anyway, add some cinnamon, please.
All right,
Bye,
I shall.
guys.
Thank
And then
you.
I'll take the rest of that coffee in a little bit.
Thank you, Vinci.
May I
Thank
show you
you.
Commander One?
Hubby. No, you can show my coffee to my desk.
Yes, I'll do that for you, my love.
Ah,
It's a file manager. I get excited about the simplest things, but
I know,
if you,
except for the things that makes your wife happy.
you wanted it with cinnamon, right?
Yes, dear.
There you go, love.
It's lovely, isn't
You know, cinnamon and heavy whipping cream are hard to clean out of the inside of the cup, and I imagine
it?
it also creates extra work for the straw, and I don't know that it gives you that much pleasure.
Okay,
Okay, well, there you
Thank
go.
you.
It'll help regulate your blood sugar.
that would be helpful.
Cinnamon's good for that. And strawberries are great for staving off pain because they're anti-inflammatory.
Oh, I need some anti-inflammatories for my achy back. I had like a sciatica, but it was more like in the front of the leg. Instead of going down the back of the leg, it went down the front of the leg up to the knee. And right now, my left thigh at the front is achy. I applied some arnica gel. This I'll try it again, see if that helps. And I got a heating pad, and I got things that you throw in the freezer to cool. So there's my heating pad. And and this thing I can throw in the freezer and put it in the back on my back. And I've been taking ibuprofen, 600 milligrams. I applied all kinds of topical ointments on my thigh, but then I think I've caused a poisoning of my thigh. It feels like very sensitive. It feels like I've been bruised or burnt when I touch it. When I rub it, it feels ow, ow, ow. Or when I got pants on and I walk around, it just goes ow, ow, ow on my left thigh. It's been like that a few days. Maybe it'll go away after a while. Maybe it's all the different chemicals I put on my skin. I tried something with mm, so this one's got lidocaine. You rub it on. And I tried this other one. It's got menthol. Maybe that's the one that bruised me up. Menthol. I don't
How's your
know.
posture with regard to it?
And my posture. So I discovered that when I try to bend down, it hurts more. So if I curvature is when I straighten it into a curvature, it hurts more. But if I curve it so it looks like my butt is sticking out, there's more relief. So I'm thinking it could be a pinched nerve in the front of the disc. Well, inside of the disc, going in towards the organ. But I got X-rays, and they didn't say anything. They just said, "Oh, you've got some mild arthritis and inflammation." But they didn't show me the results. They just reported that. Well, I
And
couldn't.
you didn't get any advice as to what to do to treat the inflammation?
And yeah, the person that looked me over said, "Oh, well, try a heating pad." So I got the heating pad a few days ago. So I'm trying that. Yeah,
Right.
but maybe I'll alternate between ice and heating. But it's yeah, like last 2 weeks ago, it was like very hard for me to stand up. Like when I would stand up, it start hurting, or getting out of bed, it start hurting. But now I'm okay. It's my back's not hurting as much. My lower back is not hurting, but my left leg is hurting. My left thigh around the skin area is very sensitive, as if I had a sunburn or something. That's strange. Maybe I'll try some lidocaine pain relief roll on.
I've
Or
sent
maybe
you
it
two
was
links in the chat. I recommend you hold them open.
No, Mayo Clinic, sciatica diagnosis,
And
and
treatment.
a something with strawberries and other anti-inflammatories. Oh,
Yeah.
Yes, and yes. What are some other inflammatories? Cinnamon, garlic?
I haven't heard
No.
that. The second link in that second link, or sorry, the second link in the, yeah, it is the
Maybe.
second link in the list of the second link.
Blueberries. Yesterday I went to Publix and got me a salad that had blueberries in it. One of those salad bowls that you pick up, and it had some like mixed lettuce and then some slices of apples and some raisins of different kinds and some blueberries.
Are you eating enough?
That's what I had last night.
And are you
am I-
hydrating enough?
am I eating enough? And am I hydrating enough? Oh man, I should drink some water. I got a 5-gallon jug of water that I pump. Yeah, I got it from Sever Hills, and yeah, so I got a pump on it, so I pump it and fill up a container for water, and it can drink that. Oh, and I got a gallon of old fashioned lemonade from Publix. I'll drink that to get
How much? What's the sugar content on that?
Yes, it's kind of sweet. I don't think they add sugar to it.
It's either gonna be cane or beet.
I hope they didn't
Or it
add
could
any
be corn syrup.
high fructose corn syrup. Let's see.
If it's
let's
old
see.
fashioned, probably well.
See, it says ingredients: filtered water, sugar, concentrated lemon juice, natural flavors.
Okay, so what's the sugar? How many grams per serving of sugar is it?
Hoppy, you're acting like the doctor. You can't even manage your own
This is basic stuff, Stacy.
Mm,
Yeah, how many grams per serving?
28,
That's a
28
lot
grams of
of sugar
28,
per glass.
28 grams of total carbs.
Most of that sugar.
26 grams of sugar.
26
in
grams is a lot of grams. And how many
in a-
ounces is a
eight
serving?
ounce.
And
I
8 cups. That is a heck of a lot of sugar.
can see you.
Oh no.
I can see you.
Yeah.
Maybe I could dilute it. I can dilute it with water. Like half of this and half of water.
I can see you.
You know, sugar is it's actually will cause you to feel more inflamed, and it has a negative impact on your immune system health.
Yes, it does. Bees.
Oh no.
Bees.
So you got to be wise with how you choose to consume your sugar if you're going to be doing it.
Oh,
Mm.
it's right.
Mm. Darn it. I've been devastated.
Hey, hubby.
Well, we're often our own worst enemies, but if we can become aware of the ways in which we're being that, then we can decide, well, I'm not going to be my own enemy. I'm going to be my own friend.
You're okay to be
You're gonna be my friend. Be my best friend.
I'll do what's right for my body so as not to cause myself pain or susceptibility to illness. And simple changes have big outcomes. And what is it? The ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
I've been taking ibuprofen, 600 milligrams,
God's great creation.
2 or 3 times a day
What does ibuprofen do?
after a meal.
Uh-huh.
Anti-inflammatory.
Well, it's a mask. What does long-term ibuprofen do to you? Have you looked that up?
Oh, it's probably bad for the liver.
How's your stomach?
There's actually bleeding stomachs for ibuprofen.
Yes,
Yeah,
the stomach. I've been having
Make sure you take that shit with a lot of water to dilute it.
burpiness. So I got something like what is it called? Oh, what is this?
Morning, Yoda. Yoda. Yoda.
Oh, for heartburn. Yes, omeprazole for treats frequent heartburn. Acid reducer. I got that.
Why are you having the acid in the first place?
Yeah, that could be a mild
Show off God's greatest creation.
result of an ulcer I had in 2018, duodenal ulcer.
His creation.
It made me very anemic. I was losing blood,
Oof.
and I was in the hospital 2 or 3 days. Let's see. So sometimes I burp. So maybe that's acid reflux. But so I bought this omeprazole. Well, I haven't taken it every day, but maybe for a few days.
Take him so I can drink coffee and it don't spill on him.
What I attribute my GERD to is just being overweight. I've got too much body fat.
Red sauce, spaghetti, pizza.
Right, and
That's the food do not help you.
True.
I keep
Those two
telling
things.
people this and they don't listen.
The number one thing I want to do more is exercise.
What the hell I'm doing?
Yes. Thank you for taking the nutrition course, Stacy.
It doesn't matter if you don't listen with your ears. He wants out. Oh, it's just his ears.
All right. I'm gonna let this dog out.
Oh, I bought a rice cooker.
And he's money
Where's
by
my rice
cheap.
cooker? Maybe I can cook some rice in my bedroom. Where's that rice cooker? Here it is.
Be
got
sure
it.
to, does it have a steaming valve on the
Get
top?
it at, I got it at Temu. Here's the
You wanna go out?
steaming,
No?
the steaming mechanism.
By the way,
Hmm.
my wife
Oh.
mentioned that Timo is taking identity, or that they've been
It's
thefted.
stealing people's bank accounts and card names.
Yeah,
Hmm.
stealing people's bank accounts and charging. I don't know if that's true or not, if it's made up by the competitors of Temu.
No,
Mm,
the YouTuber that I watched
No.
said
Mhm.
that. So yeah.
okay,
Here's the little hole. See the little hole?
nice. I like that. That's cute.
And,
What do the
that's where
three
the
size hearts represent? Or they're
steam
just
come
there?
out.
What does it
Hmm.
say? The writing underneath the hearts on the opposite side?
Hmm.
From the lid down, there's some writing.
Hmm. 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 Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, I see some Chinese characters. Or could they be Korean? No, they look more complicated, so they probably Chinese.
You have a translation app on one of your phones, right?
Oh, wow. I could try that. Like handwrite it and then see if it comes match. And here's the other part of the rice cooker. It's got a cable that's like comparable
Right.
to a PC, and then it's got this. And
Can I share what happened to our fancy rice cooker? I like the simple technology. We picked up this thing for
Now you're gonna,
what seemed like a steal of $40,
yeah, but
and it's a pressure cooker, Munsu, and
This
it's
one-
got a
this one
digital
can,
display
can
and
do
does music.
rice
Mommy just
or
ruined it.
porridge or
I did
soup
not clean
or
the ceiling.
keep warm.
I did
So
not
it's
clean
got-
out the.
It's got 4 functions.
I like yours a lot.
Got
This one we got.
rice or porridge
I
or
wanted
soup.
that and I wanted to use it, but mommy ruined it.
Maybe we can get just the lid replaced. The trouble is I left some rice in there and then it developed some mold, and then this is a steam pressure cooker and the mold got up inside the steaming part. So I want to get a new lid for it if I can. The rest of it's okay.
It's got a steel
Yeah, but I
cover.
still have a responsibility for what to do with it.
non-sticky. Fairly not sticky, but it tends to burn the rice a little bit.
Replaced.
Gives it a little
Maybe
bit of a
dismantle the top.
No, you.
Little burn.
Herb.
no. I'm gonna. Oh, but if maybe it's more comfortable to cook in the kitchen than here. But I haven't tried cooking it in here, but I could try it just for fun.
If it's not
Yeah.
raining, could you cook outside?
No. Oh, but then I have to get an extension cord. But yes, it's not raining.
And you probably want to do it in the shade.
And then,
Unless you're trying to get extra sun.
and I also bought a water heater kind of thing. I haven't
my.
tried it yet.
A kettle?
Let's see. Here it is.
Nice.
I haven't tried it. I think I
Like-
found it.
It looks
Kinda
like it
used.
also is a purifier. It has a
Hmm.
plug for it fits on a base.
No, the base. Let's see. The base is the part that heats up. It's over here somewhere. Oh, here it is. I haven't even tried. Oh no, that's it. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I picked it up used for $20. Maybe it's worth $40. And I haven't even tried it. And this
Worth
one I
what
got at
someone is willing to
Temu.
pay for it. Yes.
This one I got at Temu for about $20.
Mhm.
I've used it twice already. I made some sushi last night.
You
Sushi
did?
rice.
Oh,
Here's
you
my
just made
sushi
the
rice
rice?
bag.
So
Just the rice.
Just the rice.
The-
So you can
the-
you really be
the-
making sushi if you're not dealing in raw fish?
It's just they call it sushi rice. Maybe it's designed for making sushi, but I made it just the rice. And I ate
breakfast.
black beans with it. Black bean soup, kind of.
Oh, show them the cracked bread that we got.
Where's the sushi?
My wife we found at Aldi yesterday a sourdough with, it's everything
Oh.
sourdough.
Oh,
My
here's
wife
the
wanted me to
sushi.
show this off. Everything's sourdough. So it's sourdough bread, which Aldi's always had a pretty good supply of. And this has, in addition to regular sourdough, it comes loaded with toasted sesame seeds, poppy seeds, onion, and garlic. Sushi rice.
Just put crack in them back.
Those are our
Here's
grains.
here's the sushi rice.
I bought 2 bags of this at Publix, banana nut bread, or no, just banana bread mix. That should eat, and then I woke up while we were away yesterday. My daughter went ahead and made an entire banana loaf bread without prompting. She just went and made it. Woo. I think it looks like she ate a little bite and maybe she didn't want any more of it. So maybe it's for us to, maybe we're supposed to eat this, Stacy.
I don't know,
Oh.
but I would like, you know what I want for breakfast,
I
right?
wonder if she actually stuck some bananas in. Let me see. Yeah, looks like she stuck a couple of the bananas in, but banana nut bread is best when the bananas are past ripe. And our bananas aren't past ripe yet, so they may have been, yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Maybe that's what we'll do with our elderly. When we think that they're past ripe, we'll just turn them into a delicious bread.
Your mom's ready.
Mm.
Hey, Hoppy.
Totally promoting the Silent Green scenario. Although that was a pretty fun film. Or interesting.
I have a
Probably
question.
terrifying for people.
My sweet husband,
Great. Yes, darling. What's your question?
do we have? Step on.
No, my foot was going that way and his foot went that way, running
Yeah.
across.
Do we have a Jiffy?
Do we have what?
Jiffy.
You want some cornbread pancakes? We have Jiffy bacon mix.
Oh, I want Jiffy.
You want the cornbread mix? Let me see if we have any Jiffy cornbread mix. We got some fast switch. We got some rice. And more fast switch. Gatorade. No, these are primes, not fast switches. Doesn't look like we currently have any. Where? Oh yeah, I did, but
Mess.
I'm gonna have to go through that. And right now, I was gonna make some eggs and some grits.
Yeah, with some of that bread that's cracked.
Yeah, with the everything what you call bread. You're right.
Mm.
Then at a certain
Oh.
point, I will. So
Put those back in.
hold on.
We have veggie Cowboys coming at 3. Okay?
What I really have to do, I gave away my spray bottle to my mother earlier this week because she needed it more.
I told you you would need that. You.
When you give, but I think she needed it more. I need some sort of spray. I got 409. See, we got plenty of spray. I'm gonna clean spray out the bottom of our old rotted underneath this fridge, under the Christopher area. But can I make breakfast first before I get back into cleaning? Because I've already done the drawers.
Gorgeous.
Leave that there for now. Because I'm hungry and it's time to eat. And you need to eat too. Are you having a breakfast?
Yes, I'm more excited for what.
Yeah.
So how do I rinse the rice?
Oh, you have to do that with this one?
It says to rinse the rice until the water comes out clear.
So are you gonna do that at the sink back in the main house?
Or how can I do that in my room?
You have, well, I wouldn't do it in the room. I would do it outside the room since you're gonna have to deal with water. You don't need water inside your room. That could lead to mold situations.
Mm.
So
Let's see.
you have a
Okay.
strainer for the rice? Something to
Let's
put the
try
amount of
this
rice that you
container.
utilize?
Oh, I could use this container. Ah, this container here. Mm.
And where are you sourcing your rinsing water from?
This container, and then I'll throw the water out. Let's see. I'll put it here. Mm. Oh, maybe this one. No, no. Okay. Now I'll put the rice in the rice cooker and pour water on it. Let's see. Where's the rice? Here it is. Sushi rice. Premium grade. Non-GMO. Gluten-free.
You get enough vegetables.
Extra fancy.
Oh.
Mm.
And how do you source protein in your diet, Hyro?
Let's see. Protein. This rice has 4 grams of protein. Maybe I should. I got some beans. That's another more grams.
I was listening to people who were interviewed who are doctors and various dietitians with vegetarian diets. They were all vegetarian or vegan, and they were describing how they eat. And one person struck me. They said, get a bowl that people are amazed that you're going to eat all that, like a punch bowl, and that's the salad bowl.
Yeah, that's what I want.
And now I'm gonna pour some water on it.
My body's actually rebelling. I'm not eating
Pump it up. Pump it on.
Body's telling you it needs vegetables, so you're going to get the vegetables.
Creamy
Screaming at you,
pumped-
eat more vegetables.
and fruit.
I pumped rice. I pumped
What we're
water on
made
it.
for.
It's showing a temper tantrum
Now-
like your mother.
I'm going to pour out the water.
Hi,
Oh, maybe I should.
vegetables. They'll
Yes,
be here
you
at 3. They'll be prepared by about 3:30.
Maybe I should shake it
Okay.
a little bit.
Because if you ask me what I want for lunch, I'm
Now you have,
shaking.
is kale one of those?
The
No.
rice
What are you getting?
the
cooker.
reruns.
with rice in it and water in
Want
it.
me to get some kale? I can
Shake,
get some
shake, shake.
kale.
And then I poured the water out through the little hearts.
I'll put kale on the order.
Oh.
There we go. And
Something's smoking.
that's once. I'll do it again. Maybe I'll do it 3 times.
Might have been something underneath the burner. Yep, in fact, there was something carbonized.
Mm.
I have to let it just burn off.
And then,
Sorry, I didn't look underneath the burner. I
and
miss
then
our quick stuff.
shake, 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 shake your rice, shake your rice, shake, 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 shake your rice, shake your rice. Now I'm gonna pour the water out. You see, it's still coming out milky.
Nice.
I'll do it one more time. The 3rd time should be enough.
He's shaking his rice. He's got rice in his rice cooker, and he had a little song.
Shake, shake, shake.
Yeah.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake your rice. Shake your rice. Yeah. Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Really? You want to go back to headset? That look
Yeah.
on your face tells me you do.
Now I'm going to add. It's already got some water. Of course, take some water out. Some more water out. Okay. Now the 4th time, I will fill it up with 1 1/4 cup water
Open the window, please.
to the cup of rice.
Yes, dear. You want 1 or 2 eggs, darling?
That looks like 1 1/4 cup. to 1 cup rice.
1 or 2 eggs, my love.
I don't know, just I don't like the noise.
Mm.
Hold on.
Now I cover it and plug it in and put it on rice. Put it on the rice position. Yeah. Now if I can find a place to plug it in. And this cable's kind of short. I got all the plugs used for the TVs and computers and stuff. Let's try it over there. Then it'll. Maybe over there. Or maybe over there. I don't have a place to plug it in. Maybe over there. Or maybe over here. I have to move things around.
Ew.
Yes. Yes, I think this will work. Maybe. Oh, no, there's no outlet available. Well, I'll unplug it and that will unplug my TV system.
Fail, Bobby.
All right, it's whatever you want to eat, Stacy. Good. But if you're getting kale, get cranberries too.
There we go.
Good
I found,
contrast, kale and cranberry.
found a flat area to plug in.
No,
Flat area to position
and it
my rice
goes,
cooker.
chalky after a while.
Plug it in.
Too soon.
And I press.
Better to grow your own stuff if you need it fresh.
There.
Keep it 2 weeks, but you gotta.
I got it on rice.
Well, then I'll
Position.
dries out
I got it on
Good
rice
feed,
mode.
to grow. We should get to growing now that we've got the trees cleared in the backyard.
There. Let's see. Is there a flash? There, I got the rice cooker on rice mode. Is it
And
starting to
here's the options. I can just get one bunch of
starting
kale,
to
or I can
boil?
get a bag of kale.
Let's see. I'll go over and turn on the light.
It's a gigantic bag of kale. Hey,
What was the smaller option?
just a bunch
There
of
we
kale,
go.
loosely sponged.
If it comes in a plastic bag, can you put a note to put in one of those
Oh,
plastic
they put it in
pull-off?
plastic.
Okay, then that should be okay. That way it keeps
Yeah.
separate.
Try one or two bunches.
Only get as much as we will consume before it goes bad. So
Oh,
start
okay.
conservatively, and we can increase if we stay regular with that amount. Or I'd rather run out and get fresh continually than get too much and then have it go rotting again.
There we go. We're in business.
Hello,
Hey, as long as you're not burning down the place.
hello.
What's that,
You
Stacy?
want dry cranberries or
Let's
Oh,
see.
what are the other options?
Is it boiling? I can't tell. Is it getting warm? Yes, I feel.
Yes, so
I
yeah,
feel
dried.
some bubbling.
Maybe cranberry and pecan. Those go. That's a good mix. Those are good compliments for kale, or with kale.
I think it's doing something. It's heating up the water.
Go on. Enjoy.
Yes. Mhm. So, in about 15 minutes, I'll have some rice,
Nice.
and then maybe I have something that could go with it.
please?
Maybe like this butter beans, seasoned butter beans.
I love rice and butter beans.
These are like
My
lima
grandmother
beans.
would make a light tomato broth
Yes, these are large lima beans
with some
with
kosher salt.
monosodium glutamate, salt, dehydrated onion, sugar, spices,
Oh, yes.
rendered bacon fat. Oh no, it's non-vegetarian. So I have sinned.
Well,
Okay.
the animals have already been killed.
Okay. That's good. I didn't do it. Maybe I contributed.
Well, now you know that that brand uses it. So if you don't want to continue to contribute to the killing of animals, you can no longer, you can decide not to purchase that brand anymore.
Oh,
Well, I
love
didn't
it.
purchase it. It was given to me.
Well, if it's a
Uh,
gift, then I think even there's a Buddhist rule with regard to that. If it's given to you as a gift, then it's something that you must accept, right? Or something along those lines. No, it's not that you must,
Yes,
because
I
each one has
accepted.
their own conscience. You didn't know at the time.
Yes, the Buddha had to accept some food that poisoned him, and then his health went bad, and then he died.
Oh boy. So is that
Uh,
included as a lesson to learn from the Buddha's mistake, so that you can become an even better Buddha?
Yes, he should have used his omniscience, his clairvoyance, his whatever psychic powers to see that the food was poison, and it would cause food poisoning,
What if he,
and then he would have lived to be 100 years old. Instead, he went off to live 80. That's he taught for 40 some years, so that's good enough, I guess.
coming in?
Uh, hmm.
So there's the man, and then there's the
So,
myth.
there is the man. Well, we'll have
There's the
to contact him in the other dimension and interview him. So the myth says this. What do you say? And he would say, "Oh, yeah, yes, it sounds better than what really happened," or something like that. He might say. Let's see. Mm, mm, mm. So now I'm going to attempt to drink some liquid to hydrate. So I'm going to drink, maybe I'll drink water, pure water, Separate Hills water.
nice.
I'll open this container and pump some water in here. Mm, mm. Here we go. Oh, 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 mm, oh, oh, mm, oh, mm, oh. There we go. Mm, there we go. Mm. Then I cover it up with the top and the straw. Mm. Mm. So I drink mostly water and a little bit of that sweet lemonade. So I won't kill myself too much. Mm. 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 What have we learned so far? Mm. 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 So if time is non-existent, then maybe we can create time. If we see time as non-existent, we can create it. We
Well,
can
first of all, you have to
recreate it.
determine, is time a phenomenon?
This is slip-on shoe for me.
Interesting. We'll have to try it out. Looks neat.
I'm just wondering if the heels fly or not.
I'm wondering if it comes in black. My wife was looking at some big soled shoes.
Mm.
Yes, is time a phenomenon?
So time is a phenomena in that a phenomena is what appears to the mind. And so if we decide that we are seeing or perceiving time as in changes, as in cycles, then we can say we have determined that there is a phenomena of time. So, so how to create time? Because we sometimes find that we don't have enough time to do the things we want to do. So if we determine that time does not exist, that it's all in our mind, then we can use our mind to create more time out of no time. So
That gonna work?
we'll never run out of time. We'll be able to have enough time to do the things we want to do.
Is that true?
So how do we create time out of no time? Hmm.
Practically speaking, is what you've stated true, or is it a story that you've told yourself that keeps you in a state of not being able to get all the things that you need or want to get done?
So what causes not having enough time to do the things I want to do?
Mhm.
Because we all get 24 hours, then we all have the same amount of time, then why is it that we don't have enough time to do the things we want to do?
Yes, fine.
We could eliminate sleeping. That's a big time waster. So we
Is
will
it?
just stay awake all the time, and then we'll have enough time to do all the things we want to do.
Is that
Until
have you
we
found
just,
that to be the case when you give enough a night's sleep? You find that you have
until
more
we
time
find
to
out
do
that we
those
don't
things?
have enough energy to stay awake and we knock ourselves out. Then we end up sleeping all day, and then we waste time by having tried to make time.
Okay, so
It
that's
seems
a dead end.
hopeless.
Well, I don't think you have to be hopeless if you have a cause for hope. The something we learned when studying the virtues. That hope, faith, and charity are known as the divine virtues. There are four others which are known as the cardinal virtues, ones that anyone can do. But it takes God to be able to have faith, hope, or love. Faith, hope, and love. So
Or
maybe,
No,
yeah.
it takes
we
over
could
2 hours.
we could determine that because that the cause of our unhappiness
One or
is
two eggs
real
here.
is finding that we don't have enough time to do the things we want to do. So if we eliminate wanting things to do, if we eliminate all desire of wanting things to do, then we won't have the problem of not having enough time to do the things we want to do because we don't have anything to do. So
So if
by
you eliminate,
eliminating
so maybe that just
all
leaves the time that other people want to use your time.
Bathroom.
Sounds like a
then
path to
we'll have
slavery.
It's not
Lots
faith,
of
hope, and
time.
love. It's faith, hope, and chihuahuas.
Okay, wife,
What it is.
I won't.
So
Faith, hope, and charity, and we brought them into
No.
our house from the animal
we-
shelter.
Faith,
if
hope,
we
and chihuahuas.
if we eliminate
Yes, dear.
the if we eliminate not having enough time to do the things we want to do by eliminating by eliminating the wanting things to do, so we won't have things to do, so then we will have lots of time to do nothing. So what happens when we have all this time?
You hungry, son?
We don't do anything. So we
Would you prefer
people
some eggs and
see
grits or some
that we have
banana bread?
nothing
mix.
to do.
Banana bread? Okay.
Then maybe when we have nothing to do, we get bored. And so we look for something to do.
Oh boy.
What causes boredom?
Lack of novelty. The novel, lack of the novel. lack of contentment in how you're spending your time?
What causes boredom? Maybe I should enter that into Chat GPT or into Bing. It's got supposedly some AI in it. What causes boredom? Boredom causes some treatment. Feeling unsatisfied by an activity or uninterested in it. Oh, so you may be in an activity and that activity is not non-activity. So you are doing something. And so that activity is causing a boredom. Boredom may occur when you feel energetic but have
Mhm.
nowhere to direct your energy. It may also occur when you have difficulty focusing on a task. Boredom is a common complaint among children and adolescents.
Right, because they don't have power over the tasks that they're doing.
No. People with chronic attention problems, such as having attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, may be more prone to boredom because one of the fundamental effects of ADHD is a natural difficulty in focusing. It is
Maybe
a
they
good
just haven't found
to
the thing that they can
identify
focus in
ways to get rid of boredom.
and on yet.
So
Right.
maybe boredom is caused by a lack of ability or a failure to focus. So if we focus on something, then we won't be bored. But what if what we're focusing on is boring? Like we look at it and say, "Oh, I find it boring to focus on it because I know all there is about it." Or do I? Could that be a cause of boredom? Just focusing on something, like focusing on my breath. It seems rather
Both.
boring. Or maybe focusing on a word or an image.
Eggs with
Hmm.
salt and pepper, egg and salt and pepper over some grits, along with but last night your sister baked a banana nut bread, and I added some butter and warmed it up for you. Do I need to get you changed first, or do you think you can? I'm sorry, is that yes or no?
No,
Change first? Okay.
let's
Let me go
see
ahead and
how
take
the rice is doing. I don't want to burn down the house. Let's see, it's still there. It's not overflowing. It looks mushy inside. I don't want to take the top off.
Your mother is actually in the
Uh,
bathroom where I would be putting that used one.
Maybe I could have thrown
Maybe
some
eat a
salt.
little bit. Can you eat a little bit?
Maybe I could throw
Yep.
some
Jolly.
oil,
Overeaten
some olive oil in it.
late 2000.
Or maybe I'll wait until it's done and then I'll mix some salt
Like,
in. But I don't have any salt in here.
I'll be able to get you changed when she's out of the bathroom.
Maybe I could. But this seasoned butter beans has salt in it, so I'll just dump this into the pot.
Hey, so you ready for eating?
Stir it.
I'll go ahead and eat and I'll make you fresh. I know how you like things to work.
And this has got some salt in it, isn't it? It's got monosodium glutamate. That's kind of a salt, and it's got salt. It's got sugar and spices, smoke
Yeah,
flavor.
that bread's delicious.
And so, maybe when it's done, the light changes from rice to warming or keep warm. So when it goes to keep warm, I'll open a can of seasoned butter beans and dump it in there and then put it back on. Maybe I could set it on soup. It's got a soup setting. It's got a porridge setting.
Nice.
wonder what the difference is between soup setting and porridge setting. Maybe different temperatures, different durations. What's the difference between porridge and soup? Hmm. Hmm. Let's find out. What is porridge? What is porridge? Porridge. 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 Hmm. Cream of wheat. What is porridge? Porridge is made of grains such as oats, quinoa, barley. Oh, so I could use porridge to make some oatmeal, maybe.
Now, let me show you my absolute favorite brand of oats. And they've got all sorts of different kinds. Bob's Red Mill. Many other kinds of oats have caused my wife to have issues. Maybe because they're using
Oh, I got
glyphosates to
those.
dry them. Yeah.
I've
yeah,
I've
good.
used those. Oh,
Yeah.
I get those, but that brand, but muesli.
Very nice.
I
Yeah,
got some
that's a great
somewhere.
brand.
Oh, I got some in the kitchen. Maybe I could make that some other time. Hmm. I don't know. But yes, I do need to figure out how to get some fruits and vegetables. Well, I sometimes go through Wawa and get a salad, custom made salad or something, or maybe
Yeah, they
a
make really
hoagie.
nice ones. Those
And
too.
I can select the ingredients like black beans and little tomatoes and onions
So,
and roasted vegetables.
speaking of all these agricultural products, do you remember the in the backyard? I know it's been years since you've been to our place.
Mm, yes.
There is, remember the tree line along the fence? The owner had a crew of people come out and they had all sorts of big robotic tracked machines that would lift up and that would also grab the branches that were cut. And they cut the tree line, and a lot of it was blown over from prior hurricanes that had kind of bent the trees down. And you
Oh,
see
the
all that
fence is gone.
space. Oh, the fence is still there. There's a fence. That's the neighbor's fence. That's the other neighbor's fence.
Oh,
And that back chain link fence is still present. That behind us is the next neighborhood called Starlight Ranch. But
Did you get out of my fucking
if you see the grass, I'm gonna go back into the kitchen. If you see there about from the patio to the tree line, there's now all that area. And I'm wondering if I should plant potatoes and maybe some kale. I should maybe do a spot of gardening, and especially now, I'm glad I'm thinking of it because our Florida growing season is winter time.
oh, so now's a good time to plant.
Yeah. What shall I plant? And should I just take the things that are in our home, like maybe take a potato and cut it into quarters and stick it into the ground? I've got some soil too
Hmm.
that I can lay
Oh,
out. Probably start with some tubers.
oh, wow! I've never done that. I've never learned how to get a
Doesn't
seed
seem
of something and put it in the ground and
Mhm.
let it sprout. Hmm.
Sounds like a useful activity, does it not?
Yes, it could be useful and it could be added to my survival skills when
Yeah,
things
and
go really bad.
it gives you perspective. You get to
The
watch them grow up,
infrastructure falls apart.
and it's not all entirely up to you because disease could affect the plants. That would mean you wouldn't have a harvest.
Hmm.
It may tie you to the outcome, or maybe you'll be like,
My
okay, well, this one didn't work, but maybe next season will.
my landlady from the Philippines, she grew up in farmland, and so she knows how to do things like that, and she got her property surrounded by all kinds of vegetation, all kinds of mm,
Yeah, it's
edible
not bad.
food and herbs and stuff.
Did you ever see The Killing Fields?
Mm.
The movie The Killing Fields. Have you seen that?
The Killing Fields.
Yes. Have you heard of it?
Mm.
The
I've
film?
heard of it. Is that a movie?
Yes, I highly recommend you go and watch it. It's about Cambodia
Mm.
during the time of a dictator there, where they take everyone's property away, and they're all communized. And one of the characters, he's the journalist friend, and he tries to grow a tomato plant in front of his place, and they come and stomp it out. Because you can't be, they couldn't have any control or freedom in that situation.
Hmm. Hmm.
Watch
What
The
kind of
Killing
thing-
Fields.
What kind of things can I grow here? Hmm.
Lots of options.
The Lamity has a huge avocado tree. And the avocados are huge, except the seed inside the avocado is pretty big, so you don't get too much guacamole out of it. But
Right.
when it's fairly ripe, it's pretty good.
I've had both Florida avocado and California avocado, and I have to admit I prefer California avocado. I'm glad that Florida avocado exists. Do you know that we have various wineries in our state?
Wineries
Mhm.
for making wine.
Yes. I'll show you a local
Ah.
wine that my wife picked up. There's someone doing sales of it.
Hmm.
Here's one. One of the different wineries, Island Grove Wine Company. This is a Moscato. They had 3 different kinds. This is a sparkling peach Moscato. Somewhere south of Kissimmee.
Wow.
The fields for those are, yeah, apparently you can make wine out of anything.
Hmm.
Who likes it? I'm not really one who drinks alcoholic beverages. Maybe a sip here or there, or near beer.
Oh, maybe I could pick up some limes, because there's some plants that produce some limes. Some of them are real small, and I could squeeze them and make a limeade.
Suddenly my mind went to
There's
a lime julep. No, a mint julep. What is in that? JULEP.
Hmm.
The cocktail recipe. Bourbon, sugar, water, crushed shaved ice, fresh mint. I see. So it's an excuse to drink bourbon. What's bourbon made out of? They make a lot of that in Kentucky. Made primarily from corn, maize. Derives from the French Bourbon dynasty.
Bourbon? Is that like a kind of whiskey?
Bourbon County, Kentucky. Yes, it's a barrel-aged American whiskey.
Yes, I lived in Kentucky. I lived in Danville, Kentucky. Then I lived, I think I lived in Hazard, Kentucky. Then I lived in Pineville, Kentucky. Then I lived in McDowell, Kentucky. And then I lived in Lexington, Kentucky. And maybe I lived a little bit in northern Kentucky and in Cincinnati. And in Columbus, I went to go there for DeVry Institute of Technology in Columbus, Ohio. Hmm.
DeVry Institute of Technology. What did you study at DeVry?
They called it that before, and now they call it DeVry University. So I
Yeah, they're
studied
all over the place.
electronics engineering technology.
And what
Yeah.
did that do for you?
Another tens of thousands of dollars debt. No, I got a Bachelor of Science in Electronics Engineering Technology, and then I was able to obtain a position in a advanced games and engineering in Fort Lauderdale. They design arcade games, and they invented the Lobster Zone game, a machine that you you control a crane with a joystick to try to pick up a lobster, and then when you pick it up, you get it cooked at a restaurant.
Sounds cruel.
Cruel and unusual punishment.
And yet very American because it's entertaining at the same time. But in the sort of
They
Running
use,
Man scenario sort of way.
and they use a circuit board with a chip. Maybe it was a Motorola chip or a Hitachi chip. And I remember I got to program a board with a Hitachi chip, and I remember I programmed it in an assembly language. And
Wow.
then I programmed it. I started programming in the C language a little bit, but then I got laid off, or I got, yeah, they downsized, and then eventually they shut down the company.
Do you remember the architecture that the Hitachi ship was, or the model of the Hitachi ship?
Yeah, it was pretty pretty simple, like maybe like ones used for Apple, maybe. Nothing like the Motorola that is similar to the PC. I would think. No,
Remember what
the
era?
Intel.
Was it Intel-based chip or was it a RISC-based chip?
Maybe more risky based. Maybe there's more modern. Maybe I don't know. Yes, I think it was a 32-bit chip. There was a Motorola that was 8-bit. I think they had some games with that one. And then they had a Hitachi that was, I think it was 32-bit. It was pretty capable.
RISC-V?
It has C language. I think it was a Hitachi H8. Yes, maybe it was RISC. Hitachi H8 family. Oh, here it is. Hitachi H8 family. The H8 family. H8 is the name of a large family of 8-bit, 16-bit, and 32-bit. Oh, maybe it was a 16-bit. Made by originated in early 1990s. The family CISC machine are related to the high performance Super H was particularly RISC. CISC. Maybe it's CISC. That's the difference between CISC and RISC.
Complex instruction set, reduced instruction set. x86 is a CISC-based. ARM were our phones. and latest Apple M series of chips are reduced instruction set.
Oh,
So it takes, yeah, it's simplified. They're different design
you
philosophies
said
essentially. Less
it says it's patterned after the DEC PDP-11 architecture with 8 16-bit registers
Mhm.
and a variety of addressing modes.
Yep,
Hmm.
patterned after. I know so many people started on the DEC PDP-11.
And so the H8S may be found in digital camera and some ThinkPad notebooks, and printer controllers, smart cards, chess computers, music synthesizers, and in various automotive subsystems. Hmm.
Chess computers use them.
Hmm. Hmm. I think that's maybe I think it was a 16-bit. Hmm. Yeah, I didn't think it needed to be a 32-bit for what it had to do. Hmm. Hmm. Well, hmm. Oh, what is
Is the
that?
rice done cooking?
Oh, oh, I burned the house down. Oh, it's all right.
Mm,
Let's see.
Thankfully not. Hopefully it's not stuck to the bottom of the pot.
Let's see
Maybe it's
what.
got a resistor or a timer that will stop it.
Oh, it's still, the light is showing that it's still on. Oh no. Yes, it's got the rice light on. It hasn't moved to keep. Oh, it went to keep warm. It went beep beep beep, and it switched over to keep warm. It's on the keep warm position.
Nice. So now you know it automatically, once it's done cooking, it transitions itself on its own over to keep warm mode.
Mm.
That's a nice little rice cooker.
It's the brand is called Room Bison. Room Bison. I guess it's made in China.
ROOM
But that sounds like a
BISON.
Japanese name. It's RUN as in Nancy. B, I think that's a B. AISEN. Rune Bison. Mm,
Run
that-
Bison? Wait, are you M as in Mary or no, you said N as in Nancy.
yes, Rune Bison. I think
Two
that's
words
a
or one?
B after the N. It's one whole word. Rune Bison. Hmm. Hmm. And and the instructions were in Indonesian. I took a picture of it and ran it through. Yeah, my phone has a Microsoft apps, and one of the apps is Microsoft Lens, and so I took a picture of it, and the Lens saves it as a PDF or as a Word document. So I looked at the Word document and grabbed all the text and ran it through Google Translate, and I was able to translate all the instructions that were in Indonesian into English, and it's got some recipes for it and how to operate it somewhat and how to clean it. So maybe I could open it up and get a spoon and see what it tastes like. Mm. Mhm. One of these plastic spoons that I got at Wawa. Mm. Then I got this cooker at Temu, and it took about 10 days to get here. Let's see. Mhm. Oh, it's nice and sticky. Let's see.
Display.
There it is. Mm. 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 Well, mm. Excellent. And but it doesn't have a salty flavor to it. It's just plain. But maybe I dump a can of seasoned butter beans. It'll give it some flavor.
Yes. Oh yes.
Maybe I could just dump it in there, mix it up, and put it on porridge or something for a while. Because if I put it on rice, it might burn it. Or I could put it on soup. Let's see. Where's my can opener? Here's one. Mm. Can opener. And then that'll be my breakfast. Mhm. Mm. Look at all the rice cookers that are coming up. Okay, cookers. Mm. 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 Oh boy. Mhm. Let's see. Let's see. I put it on. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, okay. There we go. I set it on soup. Mm. I dumped the contents of the seasoned butter beans,
It all fit and it didn't overfill.
and I mix it up and wait maybe 5 minutes and see if it's done.
So are you
Then I'll
thankful? Are you thankful for all the farmers and thankful for all the people who made the tools the farmers used? And are you thankful for the people who raised the pig to give you the pork grease
Mm.
or whatever it is that was utilized, and also the people who built the pens that wherein the pigs were or pig was conceived,
And
raised, birthed, raised up, slaughtered, all the different transportation
I'm
people who
thankful. I'm thankful for the first farmer to plant seeds. Or how did the first farmer discover farming?
well, whose story are you going to go by? There's one published in Genesis, the first book of the Bible,
Hmm.
describing Cain as the first. That's a allegorical story.
Hmm?
That's fine. There's also if there's plenty of like more enough lessons there, whole bunch. Have you looked at Chris Colworthy's account of the rise of agriculture? Colworthy describes himself as an atheist. He only believes about 1/8 of the Bible to be true, and he's got an interesting set of stories. Let me see if I can find his site. Oh, oh there we go. Oh, somehow it's, you see, Chris Tolworthy, I think he goes off TED again. It's his latest domain. Yeah, about, looks like this is specific. So here's Chris. The website, his answers. I know I've showed you him before. See why things exist. Past, future, consciousness, most important, time. I think you'd probably do well to study Chris. A dog created man. Facts blow your mind. Why he's an atheist. In terms of what he believes. Let's go with how dog created man. Let's see. Unique place in our history, domesticated before Neolithic revolution. That is, before we invented farming, we had dog relationships. Nice. Every other animal came after. Here are rough dates. Domestication of dogs, 15,000 years ago. Domesticated humans, 12,000 years ago, meaning settled farms and houses. Domesticated cattle about 10,000 years ago. Domesticated goats. Cattle. Yeah, I hear the last wild cow died sometime in the 16th century in Northern Europe. And they've all been domesticated since then, yes.
Wild cow.
Yeah. You ever spent time? I think you shared something on Facebook about a guy who's playing an instrument with a cow over his shoulder who's laying down. What wonderful creatures cows are. What wonderful food Indians have created by relying upon these animals. They've got, of course, their own form. We usually refer to as Brahma, but yeah. They're touchy. It's going to be a difficult creature. Maybe because it's a difficult land. Oh, that's amazing. If you haven't been to Aldi lately, get yourself there again because they have some of the best stuff. And I've got to go take care of my wife. Hey, Hiro, I'm going to send you this link to Chris Tolworthy's site so you can check it out and enjoy. I'm going to go take care of my wife. There.
Take care of your wife.
And have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow morning at
happy 17 years celebration. Or 19.
Yeah, we 18 years married, 19 years together.
Wow.
Hey, is that right? Yeah, that's right. Have a good one.
Time flies. 19 years. It doesn't seem that long. Oh, maybe I should check the links. The link. Let's see. Tedagame.com. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go back. Okay. Okay. Compartir. Okay. Compartir. Hmm. Oh no. Wait a minute. Not what I want to share. Oh boy. Let's go back. Let's see. Oh. Oh. Very good. Oh shit. Okay. Let's try it again. Let's see. No. Oh. Let's try it. See that? Okay, here we go. Mm. Oh man, what happened? How come I can't? Okay, so where am I? Let's see. Hmm, About me. Oh. Ah. I gotta plug in power to my phone. It's at 5%. Mm. Ah, okay, so is it working? Oh man. Okay, so just better see what's going on. It's closed. All this. Oh boy.